be toxic at all. I promise.
Lovely people, we're back again. Who will play right back for Liverpool in Conor Bradley and Frimpong's absence? Is Arne Slot actually telling the truth when he when he says he's not prioritizing a centre-back signing and the current run that Liverpool have coming up? How many points are we expecting to take from it? It's the toxic show of the week, guys, with the two gaslighters, Hassam and Tom. Sit back, relax.
How have I got that reputation?
Hi, this is Jordan Henderson, and you're watching Team Kop-Ish.
Being free back again, ripping LFC till the end, so go on tell a friend. If they rockin' red, they're a 10 champions, be the best we come again. Kop-Ish clean up in every region, elevation in every season. Catch up in all the fast match up in real rap and drifty go on tell them this is that, this is that. This is Kop-Ish, this is Kop-Ish. Reppin' Liverpool till the end, champions, be the best, come again. This is that, this is Kop-Ish, this is Kop-Ish. The main free back up in your screen, real ones know this the place to be. This is Kop-Ish.
Big up, lovely people. Hope you're well. Do smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and subscribe to Tom and Hassam's channel. All right, guys. Obviously, you know we like to run a lot of jokes on this show, particularly, and we do the banter and all that. I do want to start off with something very serious though, and very quick. I'm not going to spend long on this. Me, Matt, Drift, we go through the comments after these shows, or after all the shows. We do not mind anyone having a difference of opinion. In fact, we welcome that. We love having debates here on Kopish. We love people with a difference of opinion, etc. One thing we don't like is abuse, guys, especially of our guests, especially when they're taking their time out to come on our platform and create content with us. So I'm going to say this, and hopefully I don't have to keep repeating it. You can disagree with anything any of us say. Just be mindful of how you're saying it and who you're saying it to. So when we start responding to rude comments and stuff like that, don't play victim. Take it on the chin, because if you're willing to dish it out, you should be willing to take it as well. So hopefully I don't have to keep on repeating that. But as I said, I'm more than happy to retaliate if someone is going to be rude to myself, Matt, Drift, Sam, Tom, Jamie, Enz, Mods, anyone who comes on this channel. We appreciate everyone who comes on. And if you guys don't appreciate it, respectfully watch something else. So now we've got that out of the way. Now let's have some fun, guys. Tom, I'm just going to get straight to it, bro, before we speak about right backs. Semenyo left wing back. Talk, bro.
If you're not seeing the vision, I can't help you. They called the greatest minds of the planet, of history, when they first presented their ideas, madmen. And then those ideas and those plans came to fruition, and they formed the next modern world. If you're telling me you're not seeing the idea of Semenyo left wing back,
I'm going to let the comment section talk for me here. Go on, keep talking, Tom.
I don't need to answer to anyone who can't see the vision. I don't. The vision is clear and obvious to me. The idea of a wing back in modern football is different from the idea of what people's wing backs are. Do not diss Mohamed Amoura ever again. That is Wolfsburg's top scorer this season.
Don't get sidetracked. Focus.
Semenyo at wing back, wonderful idea. He's got the attacking quality, he's got the bravery, he's got the work rate defensively, and I'm only doing it on the basis that we get a top left-footed centre-back on that side, i.e. a Schlotterbeck or a Bastoni-level centre-back. So you get them there, they can do the covering if he's caught out of position, but for the most time he'll be there, and guess what? Jobs are good one. And what you then get is when you're going forward, because you've got three centre-backs that can do build-up, your wing-back can be a winger. And then you get Semenyo attacking the box, being a creative threat with Wirtz, with Ekitike. It's wonderful and it's perfect in every shape, way, or form. And yet people will simply diss it because they can't wrap their head around the idea.
I said I'm not going to be.
You have to show the full lineup, by the way, for the context. You have to show the full lineup for the context. I've not just went, you know what, let's play 4-3-3 and put Semenyo at left back. That's not what I've done.
I said left wing back. I exactly put him where you put him.
You need to get Gahey in. You need to get Schlotterbeck in. You need to get Semenyo in. And you could probably do with a better DM. I'm not going to be too picky. I'm asking for a lot already. And, you know,
can I ask a question? Just on that. Why are we so obsessed with having to play all of our players at one time? You do know great teams have great people on the bench, right? or great rotation.
I'm not playing
This
them all at
notion
once.
that Ekatike or Isak can't sit on the bench, or if Gahey comes, he can't sit on the bench. Where's that come from? Because I see great players sitting on the bench for Man City. I see great players sitting on the bench for Arsenal. I see great players sitting on the bench for PSG, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Why is it only Liverpool that we only have, everyone has to be in the starting 11? Why can't we have a great squad?
You can have a great squad and have your best players starting. At the end of
This
the
is
day,
because what we're used
I'm
to, because of
it's on
Liverpool
the
in the
basis though.
past. That's basically like
What's that,
Liverpool
Sam?
under Jurgen Klopp. We were not used to having great players on the bench. So I think people looking into understand the Klopp era did something to the people because it's 6-7 years of the same stuff. So we became like institutionalized to a certain system and a certain way of acting when it comes to squad. Like we would always want like a Salah level starter, but like a lower level on the bench type of thing. Now that's normal because Salah is elite, but I do think, as an example, I'm just using this as an example. I think you can have two Kerkezes in the squad, you can have two Frimpongs in the squad, you can have two Konates in the squad, you can have two you can have two Soboslais in the squad, two Gravenbergs in the squad. Like you can have players that are of similar level, and I don't think that's that crazy because, as you said, all the great teams do it. Real Madrid, Barcelona, etc. Like Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde, blah blah blah. This is not new. Now, I said I'm not going to be toxic today, and I'm not toxic, but I'd rather stab my balls with a fork and feed them to the Jordanian wolves than see Semenyo play wing back at Liverpool Football Club. That's what I would rather do. That's the last thing that I'm thinking of. If we are to sign Semenyo, the worst thing I want is for him to be playing wing back. I need that guy to be as close to goal as possible. So I think playing him left wing is probably the more intelligent thing to do. And it's interesting because Slot's talking about signing more forwards. I think we are a crazy football club, to be honest with you. We're just crazy.
No, he's right. We need a forward. We need a forward because
No, he's not wrong. But is it the priority out of what would you say are the priorities for the squad at the moment, Tom?
I can see why his priorities winger though.
No. Forget about his. What do you?
What do I think? I personally think the priority.
Not our main priority. What are our priorities for the squad in your opinion?
The three things we need are a top centre back, a top DM, and a top winger.
Okay, Hassam, do you agree with that?
What do we need? No, we need to fix the system first, and after we fix the system, I'll figure out exactly what we need. Because with this broken style, I don't see how I can give an objective answer on what we need right now, because it's just not working. No one looks good.
I think you'd agree though, Hassam. Even if the system's fixed in terms of squad depth, what do you think we need?
Yeah, I think first thing I would do is centre back, number one. Like biggest priority as well with Leone's injury, because we're one injury away, God forbid, from a literal disaster. The other thing would be a defensive midfielder, because I look at that position and I think I need probably, like I said, it's either or. You either go down the destroyer route or you go down the guy that dictates tempo route. I think someone in the middle like an Elliot Anderson is literally pointless. There is no point.
We have that already.
You don't need an all-rounder. We need someone who either is very good at stopping counterattacks or someone who is very good at dictating tempo. And forward line, I agree that we might need another winger, but that would be like the third thing on my list, though. I'd go centre back and DM.
All right, Hassam, perfect. Tom, what's your list of priorities? How's it work? Big up to Joey in the chat as well, by the way. How does your prioritization list look?
Joey who? Chelsea Joey?
Am I not considering what I think the club will do, or is it just how I would do it?
This is what yours is.
Tom, you're not here to speak for Fenway Sports Group. You're here to speak for you. Just speak.
Sorry,
we want Tom Little's opinions. Do you think Fenway Sports Group and Scott want to play Semenyo wing back? Do you legitimately believe that? No, you don't. Stop bullshitting, you fucking waffler. This guy waffles for days, bro. I said I don't want to be toxic today. Don't trigger me, Tom. You're triggering me already. Like 9 minutes, I'm triggered. I swear I'm triggered. You cannot tell me that there is literally zero evidence to suggest that Slot wants to move to 3 at the back. We have been absolutely abused for the last 6-7 games, and we still haven't moved to 3 at the back. So put the fries in the bag and tell us your opinion. No one cares about what you think Slot will do. Go ahead.
We played a 3 at the back in one of those games, but that's by the by.
Which one? Which one? Tell me which one.
Crystal Palace.
with the kids, Tom.
It was
Oh my god!
hold
I don't
on,
want to do YouTube anymore.
it was 4 senior players in the back
I
line.
don't want to do YouTube anymore. I give up.
Me personally, DM would be my first priority
Before a
because
centre back, Tom.
Konate's been inconsistent. Konate, as you know, despite my apparent agenda I have against the man, Konate is still a solid centre back, and I trust Joe Gomez as another centre back. Do I think we need one? Yes, but in terms of how I go about fixing this team, the biggest problem we have is progressing the ball forwards, and I'm not going to get that from fullback.
You want Mark Gahey for that reason, though, right?
I do, but if I'm looking at the way it is, a DM is better at progressing the ball, and a centre back is at progressing the ball. Which do I think has the biggest gap in it? I'd say it's DM. I'd say if you get a top DM, your ball progression problems are pretty much fixed. If you get a top centre back, what happens then is your ball progression problems. They now can't mark Van Dijk out the game, but you're still relying on your centre backs to be the guys playing all the line breaking passes for the most part. If you get a DM, you've got two guys in separate lines being able to do it. So if they try and mark Van Dijk out the game, the DM can take it and do it. If they try and take the DM out the game, Van Dijk can do it. If you're doing it with just two centre backs, it's coming from the same place every time, just different sides. And I think that's a bit of a problem. So for me, it'd be DM. Then I'd probably go winger, purely because we are so bad off ball.
Hold on. DM, winger, and then centre back in that order.
Mm-hmm.
Big up us.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. That's wonderful. Arnie said centre back's not a problem, so I don't know what we're doing here. But if you're looking at the problems this team has, they can't progress the ball and they can't press from the front. A DM progresses the ball, a winger presses from the front. A centre back's a wonderful addition. I'm not going to sit there and say it isn't. It's like 1A, 1B, 1C. But if you're asking me, I'm sitting there and I'm getting a DM to do the ball progression and a winger to press. That's what we need. I'll just sit here. I'll just make this very awkward. Kopish we're just going to have a quiet section in Kopish.
Hassam's actually left the whole stream. I was just in the background. Hassam's actually just he just quit. You've actually just made Hassam quit. Tom, what the hell are you doing, bro?
What are our biggest problems, Callum?
Our biggest problems right now. Not having rotation for Van Dijk and Konate.
We have that in Gomez. He just doesn't use it.
Okay, you're right. Not having trusted rotation for Konate and Van Dijk.
Okay.
Not having someone in the middle of the park who can break up play and also distribute. And not having a wide player who can take on their fullback at a consistent level.
Wonderful. So what you've told me is we have the solution at centre back, but Stott doesn't use it.
We don't have the solution at centre back, Tom. We don't.
We've just established that we do in Joe Gomez.
He said Gomez has played 2 90-minute games in 2025. We don't have a solution with Joe Gomez. I love Joe Gomez. That's my guy. He's from South London. I've watched him at Liverpool since he's been 18 years old. I've always rooted for him. I wanted to keep Joe Gomez in the summer. I still would keep Joe Gomez as long as we add other centre-backs. But this notion that he's the solution is crazy. He's not the solution. Leone isn't the solution yet. Endo's not the solution. Grab is not the solution.
That's a Champions League.
Two players he mentioned in the centre-back situation. In midfield, yes, we don't have the profile of player that I want, like an Adam Water, for example. But I have so many midfielders that I should be able to find a functioning midfield with all those players that are available to me, whether that be Bashetic, Endo, Jones, Leone, Sobo, Grav, Mac, Wirtz. I have enough midfielders.
We've got names, we've got bodies.
Yes, we don't even have bodies at centre back. That's the problem, Tom. We don't even have the bodies there because we actually have bodies for attack. We have two right wingers in Chiesa and Mo Salah. We have two left wingers, as I was told by, is in Gakpo and Rio, and we have two strikers. We have three available centre backs.
No, we've got 4 because Endo can play there.
No, I said available.
Yeah,
centre
Endo can
backs.
play there.
As I said, 3 available centre backs.
You just don't like Endo at centre back as much as I do.
You like Endo at centre back?
I don't mind Endo at centre back now. I think he's fine there.
I didn't say did you mind. Do you like Endo playing centre
Yes,
back?
I like Endo playing centre back as a fourth choice.
For what reason, Tom?
Because I think he reads the game very well. I think he's composed at the back. I think he wins his aerial duels.
Who's he played centre back against?
He played centre back against Southampton last season. Played centre back against Crystal Palace this season. There's probably another 1 or 2 in there that I can't remember off the top of my head. But he's also played 150 odd career games at centre back there as well. Bear in mind, I'm not saying I don't want a centre back, but my logic is what you've done is you've said the problem at centre back is we don't have a backup for Konate and Van Dijk, whereas I think we do. The manager just hasn't used them. At DM, we don't have a player who can dictate tempo. That's just something we don't have in the squad. We do not have that in the squad. So I need to get that in the squad. And then at the front line, I don't have an elite press in that front line, which means we're too easy to play through, which means too much.
Chiesa a very good presser, but he just doesn't get given game time.
Yeah, you could argue that. But I'd also say
he's more used off. Good at pressing.
He's more so used off the right, and we need someone on the left.
Chiesa's not used full stop. When he has been used this season, he's been used mainly as a striker.
Yeah. But my base is we need someone in that front line who can press to a
I'm not disputing that, but that's not the main priority in this team.
To me, it is because you take a lot of pressure off the back line if your front line press is better. If you can win the ball higher up, your defense is under less pressure. It's the same problem we had in the year where we finished 5th. Our defenders didn't get worse. Our defenders are not worse footballers. They've not forgotten how to defend.
The system's worse, Tom. That's what the issue is. The system's worse.
Disagree. I ultimately just think it's down to us not doing the individual things better.
Wait. The system from last season start to now is not worse.
No, I had some problems with our out possession last season. I didn't like how it was weirdly put aside.
I'm going to ask the question again, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think from September to December last year, 2024, to August to November right now, you don't think we're worse now than we were then?
Not that much worse.
Yeah, Sam, pass me over a Siggy, bro. Big up, man. Big up. Sam, do you think, bro? What you gotta say?
You know, Tom, I think fame on Twitter has got to you, because I feel like
fame on Twitter.
Yeah, I think you've allowed your online persona to actually cloud your opinions, where you feel like you just got to be edgy. I think my mother, who doesn't even watch football, will tell you that Liverpool played way better football because she sees me way less miserable than I am this season. Football was different. The way that we set up was different. The fact that Szoboszlai was the RCM defending all the spaces for our fullback and a right winger was different. There's so many things that were just so much better last season, man. Like that's the thing. And for me, I don't think we just have to be edgy. I get difference in opinion, and you're entitled to be wrong. But my thing is, like, you look at this team, and there's no way.
I like how that was you're not entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to be wrong.
He's right here, Tom.
Okay, let's just use logic. Liverpool have had a difficult start to the season in terms of fixture difficulty. Okay.
Yep.
Liverpool this season are the second highest, not the second highest, I think it was like 3rd or 4th highest goal scorers in the whole league. But our defense is the 15th, 16th, 17th ranked defense in the whole league. Just by definition, I already need better players in defending positions. Just straight definition, basic 1 + 1 = 2 football. That's my thing. Like, and you've kept speaking about how Konate can't play out from the back. even on the Civil War stream, and
Yeah.
that literally proves that we need a better passing center back, probably better passing fullbacks as
We
well.
do, yeah.
So that's my thing. Like, you look at this team, and it's obvious the positions that we need improvement on. But I stick by my original opinion, which I said, which I think is probably the most objective answer. I haven't heard Callum in detail because I decided to quit YouTube for 5 minutes, and then I realized this is how I feed my family. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't quit. So anyway, back to the topic. Yeah, back to the topic. For me, I just think keeping the style and the system effective will allow us to actually legitimately analyze what we need. I look at this team. If I set up correctly for the next 6-7 games, I still think we're going to win 6-7 games in a row. If we set up correctly. That's the part that Slot has to do. We have to set up correctly. If we do set up correctly, I think we can win 6 or 7 games in a row. Now, if we set up correctly and for the next 6-7 games, we don't win games of football, I can legitimately figure out then and there which positions we need. As things stand, I don't think we need anyone other than a centre back purely for depth reasons, more than anything else. The Margay signing was needed.
We need a winger. We can't press from the front.
I don't give a shit about pressing from the front. I really don't care.
I mean,
Because
yeah,
I think we need to change. Because I think we actually need to change that perception, and we need to change our perspective on what we expect the front line to do. I don't want my front line to press. I'm willing to allow the 2 centre backs of the opposition to keep the ball for 5 hours if they want to. I don't care.
Thank you.
I don't disagree with that, but what about when he goes to the fullback?
Once again,
that's why
don't
you have
care.
a shape. That's why you have a shape, bro.
Yeah.
This whole sorry to cut you, Sam. Again, I do think we need to be reprogrammed from Klopp football, and Klopp football was amazing. This is not me having a dig at Jurgen Klopp.
Pressing football is not Klopp football, though.
No, but I'm speaking about Liverpool. We predominantly played pressing football under
Pressing
Klopp.
football is not Klopp football?
Yes, because Jurgen Klopp's idea of a press is very different to what my idea of the press is.
But we're speaking
Jurgen Klopp was the most extreme idea. I don't want us to be that extreme, but we need to have an element of a press from the front.
I disagree completely.
You do know you can just set up a shape of the front three and the midfield and just cut off passing lanes rather than just having someone. You do know that's
what I want us to do.
You do know that's probably more effective than pressing, because with the caliber of players nowadays, you see if you press, triangles are created, you take 2-3 people out of the game, and then boom, the balls progress.
Actually, our high press was so ass against Manchester City that legitimately they just as exactly what Callum just pointed out. One triangle, boom, boom, counter attack, done.
Arsenal did the same thing to us when we played them at Anfield. When we sat deeper against Real Madrid and actually just cut off the passing lanes, we were absolutely fine. This notion that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting there saying I wouldn't be happy if we signed
What about Villa?
What do you mean? What about Villa?
We've high pressed Villa.
We set traps, bro.
So you high pressed.
The goal
we pressed the passing lanes, not the players.
Literally, the goal we scored was because we set traps.
You don't press a passing lane. You press the player receiving the ball. You block passing lanes. Ultimately,
the first goal that Salah scored was him literally intercepting the passing lane, not the player.
Yes, because he was pressing. That's pressing.
No,
but here's the thing. No, Callum, because he's taking it to the extreme. Neither me nor Callum have said don't press at all. We're saying passing lanes, and we're saying intelligently set traps. Meaning, I don't want us. I legitimately do not look at
consistently with our front line.
Hear me out. I don't look at our front line right now and think the biggest issue is they can't press. That's the least of my worries. That's actually the least of my worries, because I'm willing. We play Forest, right? I am okay with Morello and Milinkovic passing the ball to each other 500 times. Don't give a fuck. I do not want Isak or Ekitike wasting their energy running at them. I want us to try to cut off the passing lanes instead and set off traps, which is exactly how Salah scored against Aston Villa. So this whole notion that, this whole thing, that's why when I first started speaking, Callum got what I said immediately. I think we need to come out of this Klopp mindset, and we need to come out of the pressing mindset. I'm saying allow the opposition centre backs to have the ball, because that's actually like what
That's
basically.
the worst thing you can do,
Let him
though.
land.
Against
Let him
us.
land. Let him land. Let him land.
That's what we did against Real Madrid.
Mhm.
We didn't really press their centre backs like that because we were compact and in shape.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm going that extreme, Tom, there is a reason for it. When you listen, you'll understand my point. We've conceded 17 goals in 11 games.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get back to winning ways? Number one, don't concede. The first thing on the whiteboard Arne Slot should write is do not concede goals. I don't want to allow opposition to have any spaces, whether it be in midfield or wherever. I want us to basically do. I think you're looking at different style of football. I'm looking at us doing an Arrigo Sacchi style of football, which is basically defending sixes and attacking fours. Because I legitimately believe we did that against Real Madrid. Meaning, let's say everyone's fit, just for the sake of argument, to not waste everyone's time. Gakpo left wing, Salah right wing, Isak up top, Wirtz in the 10. These four are allowed to attack and express themselves and create triangles and do whatever. The 6 at the back, McAllister, Gravenberg, Szoboszlai, Gravenberg, whatever it is, let's not argue players. The 6 at the back and with the 4, I want them to be compact and have that moving structure like we did against Real Madrid, where the team would shift to the right if the ball is on the right-hand side, shift to the left, just be in totally defensive aware. And as soon as we take the ball from them, because here's the thing, no team is going to have 100% possession. So let's say, I'm going to use the Forest example. Let's say we allowed Milinkovic and Murillo to pass the ball to each other. And we are just compact, meaning Isak is like 5 yards away from the center back, right? Don't press, let them pass to each other, but you're 5 yards away just doing this. Eventually, one of Milinkovic or Murillo is going to play a long ball, going to make a wrong pass, going to try to find a midfielder in space, and we end up stealing the ball. But this all comes from compactness. This doesn't come from... No, watch this. You see the scenario I just said? Your scenario is, I need pressers. In your scenario, Isak proceeds to run at Milinkovic. I don't want that to happen. I don't want Isak running at Milinkovic and Salah running at the left back and Gakpo running at the other centre back.
That's not what I want them. Because everyone, when you hear me say press, you think Jurgen Klopp. The moment they get the ball, I want everyone swarming. No, but we can't sit there and go no press because, as you said, that's what Sam just said. You just said you don't want the striker pressing the centre backs.
I don't. Centre backs, no, I don't.
So all you're asking for then against teams like Forest is you are sitting there going, we're not going to press you, so you're going to have all the time in the world to pick your head up and play a long ball.
Yes.
What is the one thing we have struggled with all fucking season?
Hold on, wait, Tom. And then what do the centre backs do? They just step back 5-10 yards and they win the header.
Thank you.
And then our midfield steps back 5 or 10 yards and wins the second ball.
So you're wanting us to do counter-attacks from the edge of our own box every single attack.
Who said we got a counter-attack? Why are we counter-attacking?
Because we're giving them the fucking ball.
No, I'm not. I didn't say give them the ball. I still expect Forest. Whoa. This guy has completely twisted the argument. Liverpool should have 65% possession, 70% possession. I'm saying what we do when we don't have the ball, Tom.
So we're going to have the ball. We're going to win a long ball. So in Hassan's world, they're going to play a long ball. We're going to win the header for the first time. We're going to win the second ball. They're going to press us for like 5-6 seconds. They're going to counter press. Forest have a counter press. Forest don't. The moment Forest lose the ball, they don't just immediately go, you know what, let's get back into a rigid shape. That's not true.
Hell yeah, they will.
True.
Remember what I said, Tom. I'll message you during the game. They'll actually fully defend. I don't think they'll press us at all, by the way.
They will
Hold
have
on,
an
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? What have teams been doing against Liverpool?
What have teams been doing against us?
Forcing Konate and Virgil to pass the ball between them. Then we ultimately go long, usually a Virgil diag, and then the ball gets lost. And then what happens? Their team has the ball because they win the second ball.
For most of the part, yeah.
So why can't we do that to other teams?
Because that you explained it wonderfully there. We play long balls and we don't win the header, and we don't win the second ball.
Who's going to beat Konate and Virgil in the air?
Haaland, Mateta. Who was the Burnley centre back who consistently beat him in the air? Jaden Anthony. Who else?
Jaden Anthony consistently beat Konate and Virgil in the air for the ball.
Konate,
when did this happen?
Konate, did you? Who was the?
Hold on. consistently beat him in the air for the ball.
When
Mhm.
did this happen?
In the Burnley game.
He
I don't recall
consistently
Jaden
beat
Anthony
Canate.
winning headers. What the
Perfect.
fuck?
I'm glad you said that. I'm going to bring up the stats for that game because I think I've got those.
Was it Burnley or was it Bournemouth? I can't remember which one. It began with a B. One of the Bs, he didn't win any others.
Yeah, but Bournemouth, we agreed. The only reason why we conceded the goals is because Endo went right back. I legitimately believe we would have slapped the fuck out of them if Endo just
But
didn't go right back.
you're sitting there, looking at me like I'm crazy for saying that this season we've struggled with long balls. Igor Thiago beat Canate in the air how many fucking times?
And why have we struggled with long balls, Tom? Because we are pressing teams, then they hit us long, and then we are so high up the pitch, we're getting beat, or if we do win the header, our donut midfield is nowhere to be seen, so no one wins the second ball.
So
And then the second ball
what you want
passed
to do instead? What you want to do instead is sit so deep that the opposition team can chuck more men forwards and push 5-6 players into the attack. So when they win the long ball this season, they've got enough players around to pick up the second ball off us.
So what? We can't win duels. We can't win duels if we have enough players in the midfield.
Going off what I've seen this season, no, we've not won duels
Because we don't have anyone there, Tom.
We do have players
have
there,
anyone there.
We do have players there, though.
Who do we have in
just
the
don't win the
midfield, Tom?
duels. You act like when teams play a long ball, our midfield are at their centre backs. They're not.
Tom, we
Our
have
midfield
no
are there.
structure in midfield,
At
bro.
least one of our
There's no
midfielders
one
is
there.
there the whole time.
Tom, when Virgil and Canate win a header, who is there to pick up the second ball?
Fullbacks are there,
Our fullbacks.
and one of the midfielders at a bare minimum. The fullbacks are there, and one of the midfielders is at a bare minimum. What? So there's two ways you can go about this. There's two ways.
Bro,
Which
You
put the
midfielder?
fries in the bag, man. Listen,
Most
Can I
of the
just
time
say-
it
Hold on,
happens
sorry,
this.
Matt.
can I,
Sorry,
I'll wait. I'm gonna wait. Well, I'll wait
Which
until
midfielder?
I'm just gonna
Which
listen.
midfielder? All right, Tom, I'm a centre back here. I've got someone on my toes. Someone lost the ball up. I'm heading it back to where it's come from effectively. So if I'm a centre back, usually I'm heading the ball back into a central area. If there's no one in the central area, how can we win the second ball?
Because there is
The
normally a
first
guy in the
goal we
central area.
conceded against Man United, the first goal we conceded against Man United came because Virgil had to win 2 headers in a row.
No, the first goal against Man United came because McAllister got headbutted by Virgil van Dijk coming out of position, and then the ref didn't blow the whistle.
Was McAllister going to win that header?
Probably not. But he put a challenge up for it. Van Dijk won the header. You're sitting there going, "There's no one in the middle." The guy in the middle was challenging for the fucking header, and end up on the floor.
He
would have been there.
He was standing on the. Tom, he was on the
Oh my
floor,
fucking God.
flat-footed. Hence why he got elbowed in the face by Virgil, because Virgil saw McAllister's not winning his header, so I've got to step in and win this header. Now, I'm
That's
not saying
true.
Virgil made the right decision, by the way, but he still had to go and win the header because he knew his midfielder couldn't win the header.
McAllister challenged for that header. The problem is, with that goal, Van Dijk comes out of position to win the header. He challenges with 2 guys because they're already challenging for the ball. So there's a third guy in there. He doesn't get a clean enough connection on it. He's then out of position. Our midfield is down and injured, and they play through the gap. That's what happens.
Just a quick question: do you think Van Dijk went up for the header because maybe he kind of felt as well that McAllister might not win it and kind of needs to take like authority of the situation? Because sometimes defenders do that.
You could have done.
But I
don't
think
that's the correct
I
decision.
think what Kyle's trying to allude to is it didn't look likely that he was going to win. He could have, but it's probably not likely. And out of all the midfielders,
I don't. But it's
Yeah.
I also think it's a case of he doesn't need to 100% win that header. If he puts up a challenge to where the
I know
guy
what you're saying.
who's
If you put up a
who's trying to
duel,
win
there's
it
a possibility you
doesn't
can
get the clean
offset.
connection on it.
I
So if he
understand
goes
that.
up for that duel, with Cunha, I think it was.
He
Was it
wasn't
Cunha or
even
Mbeumo?
leaving his feet, bro. He wasn't even leaving his
If
feet.
he challenges for that header with Cunha or Mbeumo or whoever it is, and they don't get the clean connection on it, and it spins off, who's there to pick it up if he's in position? Virgil van Dijk.
While we're on stream, because we can't show it here, can you just go back and have a look at the first goal on YouTube on a different tab?
I'll have a look at it. But there's another point that I want to get onto with it. It's the case of you're sitting there going, I would rather a team play a long ball with all the time in the world compared to me who's going, I would rather a team had to play a long ball against us under pressure.
Yeah.
I would rather a team play the long ball against us under pressure because it's going to be less accurate. they're going to be less structured with it.
Tom,
That's
I
true.
want my wide players to block up passing lanes to the fullbacks. I want my midfielders to hold a structure whereby we can't get passed through. And yes, I will play the risk game of the centre backs, who for most of the teams in the Premier League aren't able to pick out a ball like Virgil van Dijk, and for most of the strikers in the league who can't beat Virgil and Konate in the air. Yes, I'd rather play those.
Which teams have a centre back that can't play a long ball?
And we talk about accurate and meaningful long balls. Everyone can. I can play a long ball, Tom. Doesn't mean I'm going to be able to switch a pass like Virgil.
Okay, but we're not asking them to play a pass. Teams don't need to play the passes that we need to play. Where all the team needs to do against us is lump it up to our right channel in any capacity and have their striker in that area. It's not a case of what we do where Van Dijk has to get an inch perfect 60-yard ping out to the right wing where Salah's waiting, because we don't have the striker up top who's going to sit there and consistently win his duels against the centre back. So we need to resort to the long balls out wide. Teams against us, all they need to do is sit there and lump it long into a general area, and their tall striker will win the duel against our right centre back or right back.
Against Konate.
So I'm late, guys.
Yes, because you can't sit there and go against Konate like I'm saying something mad. The manager himself has said long balls are a problem, and consistently this season, our right-hand side has been the side teams have hurt us down. So yes, he's a problem because he's not winning the duels on the right-hand side.
No, long balls are a problem because they're knocking over our defence because our team is so high up the pitch. Not because Konate is getting consistently beaten in the air for duels.
Crystal Palace played like 10 long balls against us, and 8 of them didn't go over our defence.
And how many did Konate probably win? And then who did the second ball go to?
In the first half, he won 2.
How many did they do?
10.
Is that an actual fact, Tom?
That's what I don't have the stat by hand. You could probably find the stat. But I'm sitting there going, how many times in that first half are we watching? The long ball goes up, Konate battling with Mateta. Mateta either brings it down or Mateta knocks it on.
Who won the second ball whenever Virgil or Konate went a header?
What was that?
Who won the second ball whenever Virgil or Konate won a header?
They're locked in this debate, boy.
In that game?
Yes, Tom, in that Crystal Palace game.
Ishmael McAllister won a couple, but we didn't. The problem was we didn't win them consistently enough.
Go.
Can I just? All right. Let me say something. So
hotel room. Let's match.
I need to pick out Sam. You're a joker. I just want to say something. So
you are in the hotel room, no?
No. What? I'm not gonna say where I am. I'm not in a hotel room. No.
Oh.
No. But anyways, what I'm gonna say is this though.
In the words of the UK people, mashing up work. Let's go.
so silly, bro. I swear to God, bro. Man just sees me in a different location. You in a hotel. Much you work.
Yeah, Sam, that's goated. I can't.
You're a legendary. Hey, listen. Firstly, manners. Apologies for being late. Secondly, big up the panel each and every time. This is one of your favorite shows. Come on. You know, we got this show and on a Sam show on a Monday as well. All right, let me say this though. So if I'm not mistaken, you guys are talking about the approach that we should have in it against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. Now,
I'm gonna say this. Cal and Hassam, you might not like what I'm about to say, but I think, and I might not agree, but I think I understand what Tom's saying. So he's saying, from what I've kind of tried to listen in with, yeah, you lot are saying, should we sit off them a little bit? Is that what you lot were trying to allude to? And Tom's saying, I feel like we should press, or have I got it the wrong way around?
I speak for myself. I don't speak for Hassam.
Okay. So what was you saying? Yeah.
I'd rather us, rather than pressing like madmen for 90 minutes, I'd rather us take up a shape that blocks passing lanes. I'm not saying if a player has the ball, you just completely stand still and just. I'm saying rather than us sprinting all the time to the person who's got the ball, sit back. I'd rather the centre backs have the ball and not be able to get into the midfield, and then create shapes whereby we can block off their pass lane. So when they try and pass it, like we did against Villa,
that's setting traps. Basically, you're setting traps for them.
Yeah, and I'm the same. I want on the weekend. I just want Mitrovic and Morello to. You can pass to each other. I don't want Isak or Ekitike to waste all his energy running at them for no reason. I'd rather us cut off the passing lanes to the midfield and press intelligently. That's it.
All right. So this is one thing I'll say. So in terms of how we press, under Arnie Slot compared to what you guys were saying with Klopp. It is different. It's not that Gagan, high intense, every second man just running towards the ball. I don't think we do that. I think what happens is at times we get caught between, like what you lot are saying, in terms of like maybe setting up a structured shape and trying to set a trap, and then also trying to press. I think we get caught. So I understand what Tom's saying. We can't, in my opinion, especially being at home. Remember, we're the home team. And when you're the home team, the emphasis is for you and the onus is to go and win the game. By you almost sitting back and being structured, you are a little bit inviting the opponent onto you. Because if they're able to break you down, you're in problems. Because remember, the whole point of your structure is you've worked on your structure and your structure is supposed to be hard to break. We don't have that right now. So what Tom's saying is this. He's not saying not be structured.
We did that against Real Madrid, though, and it worked absolutely fine.
But Real Madrid don't play in the Prem. Real Madrid play nothing like Nottingham Forest. Like, they're not even remotely close.
You'd say that Real Madrid have better quality players on the ball.
They're better quality, but they're far less aggressive. This is why, in my opinion. So when Tom says...
They're also more limited in their build-up. They can't lump a long ball and expect their striker to win a header against our centre-back.
So, in my opinion... Again, maybe I'm kind of contradicting, but you want a mixture of both. You want to press them, right? If they bypass that press, you got to be quick enough to get back into position, obviously, so you've got your structure. I feel like if it's just like, say they've got the ball and we're not really pressing or just setting traps, I feel like that can be a little bit dangerous, especially because we're not used to doing that, and we haven't really done that arguably since last year. That's why I think this year we've been a bit all over the place. And what I think you guys are asking is not necessarily wrong. I just think the players have been so bad and the repetitions have been bad. I don't know whether they could do that. I think Liverpool being at home, they only know one way to play. And more times than not, it does get results with how kind of like, hate to say it, kind of like what Tom's saying, how we actually get our results. What you lot are saying isn't wrong. I just think that there's not much evidence that what you guys are saying that we can do this year, because we've been so bad structurally, and because the manager and Cal, we obviously keep alluding to the 3-1-6 midfield, Austin 3-16 bagel midfield, where there's nothing in the middle. Did you get what I mean? So
my thing is, look,
yeah,
there's big up Akia who sent a super chat earlier. He kind of summarizes. The 6-4 is just a temporary measure. We aren't winning any major trophies in 2026 with outdated football tactics. My thing is, there's a reason why I brought this up. Big up Akia as well. It's at 136. Yeah, big up to Akia. My thing is look, as things stand, Liverpool have to change. Meaning, I'm currently at 1 win in 6 games in the Premier League. I have to deploy a different measure to get results over the next 5-6 games, to give this team confidence, to give this team the belief in themselves again, to get some momentum again. For me, I do not believe the current team that we have and the current structure that we have and the current players that we have are capable of implementing slot ball. Then there is a reason why we sit here on shows as Liverpool fans in December, before even December, in November, and already speak about transfer window and which positions we want and blah, blah, blah. Because we are trying to implement players in this current system. I want us to find a system that works with these players. We always use Luis Enrique as an example. Go watch Arsenal versus PSG when Arsenal won 2-0 at the Emirates, group stages. And then watch Arsenal against PSG in the semi-finals where PSG won 1-0. 2 completely different sides with the same exact players plus Kvaratskhelia. But objectively speaking, Barcola is a less effective Kvaratskhelia. You get it? Like, he's less effective, but as a dribbler, as a presser, as a blah, 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 he does a lot of things that Kvaratskhelia does. So you look at the team. Someone just said, what is 6-4? Jokes aside, go do your research on the red and black wall that AC Milan implemented. The same one that beat 4-0 Barcelona in a Champions League final. Arrigo Sacchi's idea was the following. We're going to defend in 6s, meaning right back, left back, centre back, and 2 DMs. And we'll allow the 4 in front of that to basically express themselves. Just to clarify, I am not asking for McAllister, Gravenberg, and whoever, Kirkes and Bradley, to just sit back all game. That is not what I'm asking for. I'm simply saying, guys, because we have absolutely sucked over these last 6-7 games, let us implement a system that makes us a bit more compact. That makes us, I'm not asking us to go all out crazy defensive football. I'm saying let's just be a bit more careful with it. Instead of me making Isak, Ekitike, Salah, and Gakpo waste all their energy pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing. And yes, we might win a ball here or win a ball there. I get it. But instead of me doing that all game, Milinkovic and Murillo, you guys want to keep the ball? Keep it. I'll just sit here. I'll press the space. I'll set traps for you. If Murillo or Milinkovic try to pass it to the fullbacks or try to pass it to the midfield, my players are there. But I don't want us to just press the centre backs.
But you have to force
all
them
game
into a
for
trap.
no reason.
You have to force them into a trap.
Yeah. That's the point. And eventually,
how do you force them into a trap?
okay, I'll tell you how do you force them. Milinkovic and Murillo are not going to pass the ball to each other all game. By definition, at some point in time, 5 or 6 passes later, they'll either go back to the goalkeeper or play a long ball, or they'll try to play a pass through the lines, of which Liverpool will be there, basically. That's it. It's very simple logic.
They will go long. So a pressing trap is wonderful. A pressing trap is probably the best way to press.
Yeah.
But to push a team into your pressing trap, you have to do the first part of it, which is press. You have to force them into that trap by pressing them into that area.
Yeah.
If we're sitting there not pressing the centre backs, they have no reason to pass into the pressing trap. So they'll sit there and they'll play between them 5 or 6 times, and they'll go, "We're not getting anywhere." They've got a trap set up at left back. They've got a trap set up at right back. So let's just go long to our big striker, and that would be wonderful if I could sit there and rely on my centre back to consistently win his aerial duels. But I don't know what Konate is going to turn up. If it's the Konate that played against Real Madrid, but in business, what will end up happening is we'll go higher and higher up the pitch every time.
Konate deeper has played well every single game this season.
Hold on.
The only time
you lost me with the Konate thing. You've lost me with the Konate thing, you know.
Right.
Are we not going to act like Virgil don't lose headers as well?
This is what I was just thinking.
Virgil does lose headers, but teams don't go. Right, striker, you're going to go stand on Van Dijk.
Haaland did.
Haaland did.
Haaland didn't do that when they had the ball. He did it when they didn't have the ball.
But Haaland didn't really give a damn who he targeted in that game.
Please find me one moment in the box where Haaland's got on Van Dijk. Their goal comes from him being on Konate.
Yeah, the goal came from him being on. But you're telling me there was no times in the box where Haaland was next to Virgil?
I don't remember a time in the box where they're out wide and Haaland's going, "Look, I'm going to stand on Van Dijk and give me the ball now. Cross it in. I'll beat Van Dijk in the air." They don't do that. When it's Konate, they go, "Give me the ball, put it in. I'll win the header against Konate." Now, Van Dijk is more consistent than Konate in the air. Van Dijk has shown me less times being the only striker I've seen consistently get the better of Van Dijk in the air.
I'm
looking at the stats.
The only striker I've seen in the last 4 years consistently beat Van Dijk in the air is Raul Jimenez. This season, there's been about 3 strikers who've got the better of Konate in the air. Whether he's deeper or higher. The fact is, we sit there and go, the Real Madrid game. You know, our manager said we played a high press against Real Madrid. You know, we played a high press against Real Madrid.
No, we
didn't. We did. The manager himself said it.
Yeah,
he's the manager. A high press against Real Madrid.
Yes,
he's objectively wrong.
We pressed high. And if they bypassed the press, we wouldn't set into a mid block. We'd set into a low block to cut off the spacing behind, because we knew that Real Madrid didn't have anyone who could sit in front of our centre back and win an aerial duel. And Mbappe's not going to do it. Bellingham's not going to do it. Vinicius isn't going to do it. Fucking who was on the right? Arda Güler is definitely not going to do it. So they had no Real Madrid.
This is exactly why I don't listen to managers' press conferences, Tom. And I don't. And to be fair, you have to be honest. I don't use it against Slot or for Slot, because they're gonna waffle. You know. I don't know what he was referring to. He was probably referring to the last 10 minutes where Real Madrid were attacking us and trying to get the equalizer, and we were just high pressing them, trying to create a chance. That's it. He wasn't talking about the whole game, because he is objectively wrong if he is trying to even. Bro, the possession difference between us and Real Madrid was too big for it to be a high press by definition. You can't have 39. Stop. You can't have 39% possession and act like you've employed a high press all game.
You can. They are not separate from each other. Liverpool had games under Jurgen Klopp who'd never reversed it from his press where we had 30% possession.
I don't recall many games under Klopp's whole career where we had 30% possession. That's crazy.
I just done a quick research.
You can
It's
have a high
from-
press. You can have a high
Where's
press.
it from?
You can have a high press and still
yeah.
not have the possession, because the difference is, Sam, what you're not doing is you're not going into a high press, and when they pass through it, pushing another line into your high press. What we did was we employed a high press against Real Madrid, trying to push them into a trap, which was mainly either Huijsen, because one of their fullbacks one of the fullbacks left, like vacated fullback, so Huijsen ended up being out wide, and who was the other one? I think we tried it on Camavinga at points. But what would happen is we'd push them into an area, and then once it got to Huijsen or Camavinga, we'd press. If they got out of that, we'd drop into a shape. But if you look at that game, how many times did Szoboszlai or Wirtz or Ekitike or even Gravenberch at points, because of the high press, win the ball, and then we're back on the attack? The difference was we didn't settle into a situation where once we pressed high and they bypassed it, we went, okay, now keep going. We went, okay, they bypassed it. Right, now we're going to get into a structure. The defense is going to drop deep to cut out the space in behind, because that's the only attacking option they've got, because they can't play, they don't have a striker to hold up the ball. They can't play hold-up play. They've got to go in behind. So if we just drop the line at that point and get into a shape, we're fine. They're limited at that point. Now, City do have a striker that can do hold-up play. City have a much better quality in terms of playing out from the back as well. But the moment that everyone holds on to is the moment for the first goal. And it's a bad moment, but it's a frustrated press. It's a press that's born out of frustration, because we haven't had the ball for about 5 fucking minutes. And we just decide, fuck it, let's go and get them. And we can't get them. And they play through us. And they've got a striker there who can hold up the ball, so our defence can't just drop onto the edge of our box, because otherwise their striker will receive the ball in a position where he's completely unmarked, because we've done press out of frustration.
What are you talking about right now, Tom?
What was that? You're gonna have to bear with me, Cal, at points. If I'm not holding that, I can't hear you.
No, that's cool. What game are you alluding to in terms of the first goal we conceded?
Man City.
The first goal we conceded came from a cross.
But it's the build up to how they got there. It was the moment where we were pressing them in the corner with Nico O'Reilly had it in the corner after a bad touch, and then Szoboszlai, Salah, and Ekitike all go over to the right to press him, and then he plays 1-2s with Foden and Gvardiol and the other midfielder, Nico Gonzalez, to get out of it, and then they play a long ball over to the right, and our entire team is out of position, because every time one of them has played that pass in their 1-2s, another guy's tried to jump into the press, because we're going, oh my God, we're going to win the ball back. That was a high press born out of frustration, because we hadn't had the ball for a couple of minutes. And then we smelt one slight opportunity and went for it, which is poor. I'm not going to sit there and say that's good. That was poor. But we didn't do that against Real Madrid. We were better against Real Madrid, but we still employed a high press against Real Madrid. The idea that we didn't employ a high press against Real Madrid is crazy to me.
I just remember Virgil having to chase down an attacker and Robbo filling in at centre back, and then them swapping over.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that happened at a point, yeah. But the move started from us trying to high press. So 2 things happened in that moment. There was 2 separate.
I think he's talking earlier. Yeah, earlier on. I think
so there's 2 separate instances. That was a 20. It was a 29 pass move. So there's 2 points to that attack.
I'm trying to remember
the first point in that attack where they got out of it and they were able to get into our half.
You do know the difference between the Real Madrid game and the Man City game. Well, a couple of the differences. One, that McAllister was the deepest line midfielder in the Man City game, and Grav was that in the Real Madrid game. We also had a consistent shape in the Real Madrid game. We didn't have a shape in the Man City game. That's why we're getting pulled apart, because we didn't hold our shape in that game. Hence why Nico Gonzalez, for example, had so much space on the edge of the box when he scored his goal. That's why Matthias Nunes had so much.
Nico Gonzalez was in the corner.
Say again?
Nico Gonzalez one was up from a corner, wasn't it?
It wasn't a direct from a corner. They had the ball, they passed it around a little bit, and then Nico Gonzalez got the ball on the edge of the box and scored.
But we were in a shape where we were defending from a corner, weren't we?
That's the point, Tom. We weren't in it. We were never in a shape in that game.
I'm not saying we were in a good shape, but I'm saying for that second goal, we were set up and we were moving out after just defending a corner. I can't expect us to be in our 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 at that point in time.
You can, Tom. No. Absolutely, you can. How can you not be in a shape? Of course, you can.
Because you're set up very differently for a corner.
No,
You-
you're
you-
set up differently, but you still meant to have a shape, Tom. There's still got to be a shape there. There was no shape whatsoever, bro.
I'm going to read out.
I'm just looking
I'm
it
going to
up.
read out
Sorry.
an interesting stat. According to Tribuna, Konate's aerial duel success rate this season is 78.1, while Virgil van Dijk's is 73.4. Duels per 90. According to the Premier League analysis, Konate takes part in more duels per 90 than Van Dijk. 11.46 duels per 90 for Konate and 7.31 for Van Dijk. Even from last season, Konate averaged more than Van Dijk, and this season it's also higher, like I said before. So just to kind of go to your point about Konate, you know, in the air, he's more than good enough, bro. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Like, I get it. Van Dijk normally.
Where are these stats from, by the way?
So I just asked ChatGPT quickly. So it's from Tribuna, and then it also got it from the Premier League as well.
Because I've got a website here which has Van Dijk winning the most aerial duels this season, and Konate's 5th.
So according to Tribuna, Konate's aerial duel success rate this season is 78.1. This is this season. And then Virgil's is 73.4. I don't know if that means if that's across all competitions or what. The point being, though, is that there is this notion that Konate being beaten in the air or something, or what's he going to be like? Bro, Konate is more than good enough.
That was from last season. I've got the article up here. That was from last season.
Okay, Tom, do you want to give me the ones from this season, even though I'm looking at the ones from this, and again, from this season?
I've got the article, Matt. I've got the article up. The article was published on the 19th of February, 2025.
Okay. What the stats that you're looking at, Tom? What does it say for this season?
I don't have the percentages. I've just got the baseline numbers. Van Dijk's won 47 aerial duels. Konate's won 38. So that has Van Dijk top of the Premier League for aerial duels.
What is the success rate?
I don't have that up. I've made that very clear. I don't have that.
Who's the top 5, Tom? What makes up
the top 5 is Van Dijk first with 47, Tarkowski second with 46, Van den Berg third with 42, Joe Rodon fourth with 40, Konate fifth with 38.
Okay, so shock horror, the guy that you're worried about is in the top 5. Even let's just say all my stats are wrong, shock horror is in the top 5, but apparently he's not reliable. We have to be worried. So we're the only team in the Premier League with 2 centre backs that are in the top 5. But apparently we should be worried, Carl. We should be worried. We should be concerned.
Yes, because teams are targeting Konate.
Flipping no, bro.
You're sitting there like that's some. Oh my god, I've got him point. It's not. I'd expect Konate to be high up on that list because even if he's won 70% of his duels,
can I say something?
60% of his duels.
Can I say
he'll be high up on that list because they target his side.
Can I say something? We have 2 of the best centre backs in the league for winning their aerial duels, bro. The point is that you got to stop scapegoating Konate, especially when you listen. All I'm gonna say is this year: there's too much of this scapegoating. He is just as good as Van Dijk in the air. Period. No, I'm telling you, he is. Because all right, what was who was better last season? Actually, just out of interest, who was actually better?
Konate had a higher win percentage.
Okay, so it's 1-1. All right, so they're level then. Should I be petty then? They're level. So he was better last year. Van Dijk was better this season. All right, cool. My point being is we have 2 of the best centre backs that are good in the air. We don't need to worry. There's this notion about, oh my gosh, Konate, bro, it's the second ball. Do you remember how me and you, Tom, have had that conversation before? We were like, it's about, Virgil normally looks to like who he's gonna like head the ball to, whereas sometimes Konate he'll just clear it, whereas Virgil's thinking about his next move. Point being is though, we don't win our second duels, so it's got nothing to do with, in my opinion, about our centre backs in the air. It's more to do with our midfielders aren't the greatest at contesting in the air, and the second ball's being won.
That's a
fact. Do we agree on that? Yeah, that's where we agree then.
I won't take that away from you. But I'm not going to sit there and act like there hasn't been games where the striker's just getting the better of Konate all game. And Konate can't match it.
All right, let's move on.
I'll leave it there.
Because if it's the second ball, I've been fair this season and criticised the setup and the midfielders for not winning the second balls. It's the basics. And how many games have I come on here and said, it's as simple as we're not doing the basics correctly. But I'm not going to sit there and be blind to the fact that in a number of games this season when we've been killed by long balls, yes, we haven't won the second balls, but we haven't won the first balls a lot of the time as well. And
No,
Mateta,
but-
I harp
wait,
onto
sorry,
the Palace game,
Sven,
but Mateta
sorry,
was
really-
able to flick it onto Pino so many times.
Tom, one sec. Can you just tell me where Saliba, Gabriel, Gavardia, and Diaz rank in that list, please?
Who you'd after?
Say again, sorry.
Which ones you'd after? I need to pull up
The
that
Man
list.
City and Arsenal defenders. Where do they rank in that list that you've got?
Gabriel's 10th. And the rest are below 20. The rest have less than 26. I can't see their exact numbers, but the rest have less than 26.
So why are defenders having to do way more than Arsenal's, but Arsenal have a better defense? Does that not come down to structure then?
To a degree,
If
yeah.
we can all
Their front line
compete there.
structure's better than their midfield structure's better.
Precisely my point, Tom. So if Arsenal have the best defense,
But that doesn't mean. But Arsenal press.
Let me land. If Arsenal have the best defense in the league, if Man City's defense is better than ours, then surely we're looking at the wrong things in terms of personnel. Because if you swap out Konate and put Gahey in his team, I guarantee you Gahey doesn't win as many aerial duels as Konate does. So ultimately, even still, we're still left
in a Palace team that doesn't face as many long balls. No, he doesn't.
Well, he's not going to win. His aerial duel percentage is probably going to be higher than Konate's because he's not going up against strikers because he plays left of a centre back. 3. So he's going up against your Salahs, your Sakas, and all that for aerial duels. So you'd expect the centre back to win aerial duels against a winger. My whole point is, I've sat here, I've listened to what you've said, and if we had a better structure and we had a Semenyo in the team, I'd probably go for let's do the high press stuff. I'd probably go for that, Tom. But I'm saying with the personnel we have now and the current setup not working, I'm more inclined to go with what Hassam's saying, because right now we have 2 of the 5 leading in the Premiership play for Liverpool, play for one team. So out of all let's just go with 2 centre backs for each team. Out of the 40 starting centre backs in the Premier League, not Wolves, not Forest, not Burnley, none of these teams have 2 players in the top 5. Our 2 centre backs are in the top 5. So that means they are facing, or they're having to clear their lines more than everyone else. Not just that, because of just the sheer amount that they're having to get through, it means ultimately we're facing more attacks because we're losing out on second balls. In the same way, if we had a goalkeeper who was facing 20 shots a game, they're going to have maybe 8 saves. Let's say it's 10 shots a game. They'll probably have 8 saves a game, but we're still probably going to concede 2 just by the law of averages. So I'm saying if there's a better structure in place to protect our centre backs, i.e., we drop further back a little bit, concede a little bit of the pitch, concede a little bit of possession, and that way we're able to structure our team so we hold our shape. Therefore, when an aerial ball or a threat comes in, I trust Virgil and Konate 9 times out of 10 to win that aerial duel. I need to make sure there are players around them that go, okay, they've done their job, I'll now do my job, because I trust Liverpool with when they have the ball at their feet, that they can actually play through the lines and play out of a press. But the issue we're having is everything is so reactive at the moment because we're doing our first job, but then the second job isn't being done, which means now you're having to repair the second job, which means you can't even start the third job until the second job's done. And then boom, before you know it, teams are having shots and scoring goals. That's ultimately my issue.
We're not winning second balls. I completely agree. And that's something that needs to be fixed.
And therefore, that's why I'm saying if you concede a little bit of pitch, you have the defense in the midfield a little bit closer, then I think that problem is resolved by a long way. So
and part of it is, if you win the aerial duel, the problem's resolved.
But from the stats, it shows we usually do win our.
I mean, I found the percentages. I found the percentages that you're after for the season. Van Dijk, I don't know where it puts him in the Premier League in terms of success. I might be able to find that for you now. But Van Dijk has a 78% win rate and Konate has a 69% win rate for aerial duels.
Pretty high.
So I'm hoping that this...
So this is what I'm saying. So we're actually winning our aerial duels at a higher clip. The centre-backs are. Like we've been saying, it's got nothing to do with... I think they have to contest so many.
That ultimately, by the law of averages, is going to
and because our midfielders this is why teams are doing it, because they're seeing that we can get a bit of success. Because if we keep doing it over and over again, at some point they're going to make a mistake, whereas other teams are more likely not. You see, like with Arsenal, you won't see a lot of teams really do that because they don't feel like they're going to get a lot of change out of them. Not because they're better in the air, it's because Arsenal have a better structure. So when the defender challenging for the duel, their midfielders are on high alert to be like, we got to be right in this proximity so we can go and recover that second ball. Because I think they've just got naturally more defensive minded players, like Zubimendi. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Also, if you leave so much space in behind, which is what we do, oftentimes you've got more of a target to aim for with the long ball. If you're, I'm not saying I want our defenders to sit on the 6-yard box or the 18-yard box. I'm not saying that, but you see, if they're 15 yards deeper, that long ball over the top has to be perfect now. Whereas now, a defender from the opposition just has to throw it into an area because there's so much pitch to aim for between the goalkeeper and the last line of defense. You don't even have to be accurate with the pass. I played centre back in midfield. I love playing against high lines. That is my dream. Having a fast striker and me playing against a team playing a high line all day long. Quick 1-2. As soon as I can get my head up, boom, over the top. Because I don't even have to be accurate with my pass, Tom. I can just throw it into an area that's going to be dangerous. And that's what teams are going to do to us.
But you know, so crazy though, Carl.
You look at Arsenal. Arsenal will take 10, 15 steps back. So that ball's got to be perfect. Not just that, Ray is a sweeper keeper, Alisson's a sweeper keeper. So even if you get that slightly wrong, goalkeeper's going to clean that up.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Cal. Arsenal do have the highest. They have the highest
defensive line in the league because.
It's got. Even though the high line, I agree.
Yeah, but you've got to look at the way that they defend as a team, though. Everyone sprints back.
It's their structure. No, but it's their structure.
Rice and Zubimendi are ready. That's the thing.
It's their structure. So they have a high line, but their structure, and then they're more defensive minded, though.
Defensive line is different from how you defend, Matt. So when we're in possession, our line's high. But when we're out of possession, our line's still high. Arsenal's line isn't mad high when they're out of possession. That's the difference.
No, it is. But what it is, though, is their structure. So you see, like, the gap between your midfield and your defense and your midfield and your attack. It's not as spaced out, in my opinion. There's too much space. Remember, we've got the donut midfield. But this is our issue.
The Brentford game was the main example of that.
So for the high line, we can play high line football and do absolutely amazing. It's to do with our spacing, though. Structure, spacing, in my opinion. That's why I think we go wrong. Because, bro, we've won many games under Jurgen Klopp and Arne Slot playing high line. There's been no issue, bro. But our structure was better. When you've got the CDM saying, "Oh yeah, I've been given more," I know I keep going back to this, but when the CDM saying things like, "I've got more license to attack," and you got McAllister trying to do up 10, you got Conor Bradley trying to do up 10, you got Kirk trying to do up 10, what do you think is going to happen with that high line? What's going to happen is one stray ball, lose the ball, everyone's running back, can't get nowhere close. This is why there's an issue. You think Arsenal are this is why there's this conversation about how Arsenal attack. What it is, Arsenal just don't attack no gung-ho foolishness. They're more predicated. They're more measured. Unfortunately, that was us last year. We was a bit more measured. You guys want to say? Now we're all over the place. You know what I mean?
I think the ultimate difference is that the way Arsenal play, Arsenal's line is high because when you have the ball, you're going to push yourself high up, so you've got options to pass to. The difference is both us and Arsenal get counter-attacked as well. But Arsenal get more players. But Arsenal's press is better, so the ball to start the counter-attack is less accurate because it's hard to play a pass when you're being pressed. So they because their press is better, their pass forwards less accurate. So most of the time the defender can sweep it up, and if the defender doesn't sweep it up, because their players are so much better out of possession, they all run back. How many times have you seen? Sunderland's a great example of it. Wilson Isidore gets the ball on the left channel for a counter-attack, and you just see fucking 6 Arsenal players sprint back to get into shape. We don't do that. Our team don't do that. But that for me isn't a case of the defensive line's too high or whatever, because Arsenal's line is higher than most. It's just once their press is bypassed, which is what we've done against Real Madrid. We had a high press, and then once it's bypassed, they revert to type and set up in that low block. But you can't do one without the other. You can't go exclusively high press, because you'll get killed by the quality in the Premier League now, and you can't go exclusively low block because you invite too much pressure across 90 minutes, and at times we'll struggle to get out because everyone's got to be so deep to hold the structure and shape that when you win it back and clear it, all end up happening is you're clearing it. It'll be like we'll experience what we play against. They clear it up, and then the centre backs pick it up, and then they start their attacks again. So you need to get the right balance of both. And there's been games this year where we have done that, and there's been games this year where we haven't done that. But that's where it needs to go.
Let's move on. Arne Slot came out in the press conference today. No Conor Bradley available. No Florian Wirtz. We'll start right back. Sam. No Conor Bradley. No Frimpong. Who plays right back against Nottingham Forest? And then who plays right back for the next few games as well? Because apparently Frimpong's going to be another.
I get the feeling Matt didn't know the Conor Bradley news.
No, I did.
He did.
It's just me. It's just the realization of hearing it again and just realizing I know what's about to happen.
I thought Matt hadn't heard the news. And this was his first time.
No.
What are you saying, Sam? Who plays?
Thinking about it again is just making me, bro.
Sorry, say that again.
Who starts? Who starts right back? And then who's
answer? Frimpong is not fit, right?
Frimpong and Bradley are both going to be out for the next 3 weeks.
So who the hell are we going to play? Szoboszlai, of course. So
why not Calvin Ramsey or Gomez?
Is Calvin Ramsey registered for the Premier League?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Sometimes you're illogical, Callum. I'll tell you
why am I illogical? What? Because I want to play a right back.
I'll answer you why you're illogical. Because I cannot put my only available bench centre back at right back, who is also injury prone, because that's eventually signing a death sentence. That's number one. Number two, Calvin Ramsey played
anyway.
Can I answer your question, mister? Or are you going to keep shouting?
No, but hold on. You know, Slot came out in the press conference today and said Joe Gomez has only played 90 minutes in the whole of 2025.
Okay. I was just throwing out names for you. He's not saying go with the name. He's just saying.
Can we establish why he only played 90 minutes in the last year?
Yeah, because
in the words of Tom Little, because he's been fucking injured. That's why.
He hasn't been injured.
Because he got injured against Plymouth, mister. And he missed pre-season, and then came back in pre-season, played one game, and then got injured again, brother.
Sounds correct, Cal. Joe Gomez.
Thank you. He got injured in pre-season, literally, mister.
He got injured against...
injured in that behind closed doors game.
He got injured against West Ham in like the last game of 2024. So missed all the way up to Plymouth. Plymouth was a comeback game. And he got injured there, and he missed up until May, I think, and then just didn't play much in May.
Yeah, and then pre-season came back, get injured again.
Has he been available this season?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
For the most part, yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Okay,
but
just
your whole point was based on the 2025 and he hasn't been available for most of 2025.
Anyway, he's just saying that. He's just, go on, Sam.
You know, there's 11 months in 2025, right? Just saying.
Callum, you're better than this. Don't be wrong and strong. You're actually.
I'm not being wrong and strong. I just said
legitimately, you're actually so much better than what you're portraying right now.
Has he been available
from January until May? The guy has been injured. In the summer, he came, played pre-season, and got injured in pre-season.
I am making sense that 2025 lasts from January to November.
Can I finish the sentence?
I didn't realize.
Are you calling me a potato farmer? That's why I can't speak. Are you saying I should go to the village and farm potatoes? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Just call me an Arab farmer next time. If you don't want me to finish the sentence,
You got mad. Go on.
As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, let's start over again for the people in the chat. So Joe Gomez was injured up until fucking March. He comes back in March against Plymouth and gets injured again up until the summer. The summer comes, pre-season, he plays one game and then gets injured again. He plays the Carabao Cup game next to Giovanni Leone. Looks absolutely dog shit on the pitch. Leone looks better than him. And because of Leone's injury, he's our only fit centre back. I'm sorry that I don't want our only fit centre back on the bench to be the starting right back. Because if God forbid, one centre back gets injured, instead of me doing Gomez Konate or Gomez Van Dijk, I've now got to do Endo Van Dijk or Endo Gomez because I'm fucked. So I'm not taking that risk. That's number one.
You know what's funny?
Number two, the thing with Calvin Ramsey. Calvin Ramsey had a good game in the fucking Carabao Cup against a rotated Crystal Palace side next to kids who all looked like trash. I do not trust Calvin Ramsey yet to step up in a Premier League fixture. Now, this is what I would do for the game very simply. Mamarvili, Soboslai
Alisson's
right
back.
back. Okay, that's the same thing, Tom. I'm not rushing them back. Fly to Liverpool right now, slap the shit out of you. Mamarvili, goalkeeper. Right back,
Rushing a
Soboslai.
goalkeeper back from injury. What are we doing?
Left back, Kirkes. Konate, Van Dijk. McAllister, Gravenberg. Wirtz, if he's fit.
He's
If not,
fit for the game.
Curtis Jones.
He's not available.
If not, Curtis Jones. Salah. Isak, Gakpo. Or Salah, Ekitike, Gakpo. Actually, because Isak is also back from injury.
Oh
So I'd go
yeah.
That's the best thing that we should line up with, in my opinion. There you go. See?
All right.
That
Can I?
is how I would line up.
I'm going to say this, yeah. Obviously, it's risky to play Gomez. Manager's already said he basically said he's not going to play him without saying it. He's not going to play him. So we got to, be smart. Think what would the manager do? There's 3 options for the manager. I'm being honest here. There's 3 options. Dominic Soboslai, Curtis Jones, and Calvin Ramsey. Those are the 3 players that he will pick. One of the 3 to play at right back.
Sorry,
And no, you won't. No. This is not what I would.
I know
Hear what I'm. This is the manager.
Shall I tell you why I find this difficult, Matt?
Go on,
Because Gomez isn't even his third choice centre back.
bro.
Well, he is.
So everyone said so. Hassam's saying to me he's not going to play centre back because he's our only fit other centre back. He's not even our third choice centre back.
But he is though, because if the centre back
No,
was
he's
to get
not.
injured,
No,
Joe
he's
Gomez would play.
No. Who's his third choice centre back? Everyone.
Gravenberch.
All right.
But that's not true.
Here we go.
That's not true though.
So the first half of the show, Tom was the one waffling. Now it's Callum's turn to waffle. Yeah, let's play waffle.
No. He's not. No. He's not waffling. All right. Let me ask you
No,
this.
he is
then.
waffling. He's
Can
waffling.
I confirm? Can we confirm something?
No. Wait. How am I wrong, Tom? And how am I waffling, Hassam?
I'll tell you why you're waffling. I'll answer. Tom, be quiet because you've spoken a lot. I'll tell you why you're waffling.
I actually hadn't even.
The
opened my
reason
mouth
why
at
you're
that
waffling is because just because Arne
One
Slot
second.
doesn't make the substitution to bring in Joe Gomez and would rather just put Gravenberg defensively because he would rather use his substitutions from an offensive perspective does not necessitate that Gravenberg is now the third choice. The reason why Gravenberg is the one that goes to center back is because we're usually down in a game and he wants to bring on all the forwards, which is why he doesn't waste the substitution by bringing on Joe Gomez. Very simple answer.
So I'm right then.
No, you're not. Because if a game happens tomorrow, and God forbid Konate is injured, it's going to be Gomez and Van Dijk.
I
Don't
bet you it's
gaslight.
Gravenberch.
Okay, bet anything you want right now.
He even mentioned Gravenberch and
50
Matari
pounds to charity bet. 50 pounds to
He even
charity bet.
mentioned them in a press conference.
50 pounds to charity bet. You accept?
Yes.
Can you
To
bet with
charity.
money, Hassam?
I'll actually do donate to charity. Charity,
Yes,
Tom, you
yeah, let's do it then.
I
To
didn't know.
charity.
I was asking.
Yeah, maybe charity is different. I'm not putting it in my own
Okay.
pocket.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
50
We're not going to bet.
Yeah, we're not. It's not like I'm profiting from it. So 50 pounds to
Right.
charity. If God forbid Konate is injured, Gomez will be starting center back. You take that bet. Shake hand right now. Shake hand. Great. Done. Gone.
So the reason
Big up
why I
all
think
the
Joe
kids in
Gomez.
Gaza. You're gonna get food aid now. Big up. Just wait. Until
the
Konate gets a knock in the game after Gomez starts. Wait. But it has to be starting lineup. Don't tell me, oh, substitution and we're losing 1-0 and he puts Gravenberg.
No,
center
cool.
back.
I'm good with that.
Starting lineup.
Yeah.
Done.
So the reason why I say Joe Gomez is third choice centre back and not Gravenberch is because
Done.
Gravenberch isn't. I can't remember the last time Gravenberch started the game at centre back. Gravenberch just moved into centre back when Arne Slot wants to overload the midfield. So
When was
so
the last
push
time
him on the
Gomez started?
Crystal Palace.
And where was Gravenberch? Rested.
Okay. Do you want the last time Joe Gomez started centre back when Gravenberch was on the pitch? That will have been the last Premier League game that he put. The last Premier League game they started West Ham 5-0. When Gravenberch and Gomez both started, and Gomez was at centre back and Gravenberch was at DM, which was
Yeah,
a run of 7 games.
He had
It
four
was,
centre backs that season.
but it was actually a run of 7 games where Konate was out injured for the run of 7 games. Gravenberch and Gomez were both fit for all 7 games, and yet Gomez started all of them.
Yeah.
At centre back,
That
even
was last
including
season. And that was last season.
Okay, so now I can't go with that because of 2 games this season where he's moved Gravenberch to centre back. Even though the only situation where you would use third choice centre back this in Arnie Slott's Liverpool career, he used Joe Gomez as the third choice centre back. Because last season he had 4 centre backs. Konate was out injured. And yet he used Joe Gomez there.
Wait. What is the reason, in your opinion, that Slot puts Gravenberch at centre back?
Because
what was your words, Tom? What was the reason?
Because he wants to overload the midfield.
Yeah, and we're losing.
Passing from the back.
Yes, because he's a better passer, which means he can overload in the midfield.
What was
Callum Sanderson going to ask you a straight
wait.
question?
What was
no. Name one game where we were winning and Gravenberch was at centre back.
I don't
Name one
care.
game.
I don't care.
No,
what is one of Joe Gomez's best attributes as a centre back when he's fit and fired?
Passing. Okay.
Who's better from passing out from the back, Gravenberch or Joe Gomez?
Gravenberch.
Tom, don't be wrong and strong. Gomez, give him what he wants.
In the role that he plays, Gravenberch, and it's Gravenberch.
What does that prove? Gomez is a better passer.
What role?
Next what? No, but Tom, you get sidetracked because we already got him cornered, so he's trying to weasel his way out of it.
You
so
go
Gomez is the better
way. I'm asking questions.
Okay, no problem. Callum, no problem. You're correct. Gomez is the better passer centre back. What's your next question? Go on. So what are you trying to build?
So if you're trying to overload and get better passing into the midfield, why would you take off one of your 2 best centre midfielders? You'd move one of your 2 best centre midfielders further away from goal. What sense does that make? Rather than bringing on a centre back who can get the ball into your midfielder, who can turn on the ball and then help the team from an attacking standpoint.
I'll give you a very simple answer. The reason why I asked you the question.
Sorry, when Robbo got sent off against Fulham, who went centre back in that game?
Gravenberch almost went to left back. He didn't have a left back on the bench.
Cool. Yeah, sip that water. So anyway, as I was saying, there was no available left back. There was no available left back. You're not going to put Gravenberch left back. Now, back to let's just establish something. First of all, Gravenberch has never been centre back while we were in a winning situation. The reason why, let's not change the narrative here. I get it. Like, it's like the pile on Slot era now, but let's not change the narrative. The only times where Gravenberch is moved to centre back is when we are losing games of football, whether it be Brentford or whichever the fuck game. When we are losing a game, Arne Slot's logic is, let me get as many forwards on the pitch as possible, so he just moves a midfielder to centre back. That does not equate to Gravenberch being the third choice centre back. That's a false equivalency right there. Because Arne Slot's logic is, instead of me wasting a substitution and bringing on a centre back, let me move my midfielder to centre back and bring on more forwards. That's his logic. Whether you agree with his logic or not is a different debate to Gravenberch as the third choice centre back. That's why I said starting 11. Let's assume
when he moved
Konate before the game. Can I finish? See, you said wait. So let's say tomorrow Konate before the game gets diarrhea. Forget injury. The guy is sick and he cannot play the game of football. Who's the starting centre back in said game? Joe Gomez next to Van Dijk.
I don't think it will be. Okay, I genuinely don't think it will be.
Oh, okay. No, hold on, Cal. So what will be the line?
No. I'm going to ask my question first. In the Chelsea game, when he moved Gravenberch into centre back, what was the score in that game when he did that?
1-1.
Were we losing that game?
Oh, stop it. You know what I mean, man. We wanted to win the game. Same thing.
So
We wanted to win the game. Who was his substitution?
In fact, no, hold on. No, whoa. Oh, no, Hassam, you're wrong. You're wrong. Kanai went off in the 56th minute. We were 1-0 down.
Actually, even worse. See?
So what minute did Gakpo score in?
The 63rd.
Okay, cool. So and then what did we do? Did we keep him there then?
Even if it was 1-1, by the way, you're still wrong.
Wait, did we keep him there then, or did we bring on a centre back?
He stayed there.
Oh, okay, cool, sweet. Was Gomez on the bench that game?
Yes, he was.
Oh,
yeah, but Slot was trying to win the game. You've just proven my point. You haven't negated it.
If I'm not mistaken, I know I've probably got the worst member on the show, but even though we're trying to win the game, did we bring on Endo in that game to win the game as well? Did we bring
an Endo? Endo came on.
Did we bring an Endo?
Sugar.
Did we bring an Endo?
Oh,
the CDM that never plays. Did we bring him on to win the game, Tom?
Matt. Careful,
Cold.
Facts don't get
cold. I hear it. Cold.
we all know that Konate is going to, at some point in time in the next month, either have a knock or something.
No,
If Joe
don't
Gomez
say
starts next to
that.
Van Dijk,
Yeah.
I'm going to make Callum Sanderson live on YouTube hell. Just watch this space.
You make my
No,
life
but
better.
do you know what it is, though?
International call.
That's just another day.
But do you know what it is, though? Can I say something as well, though, guys? Yeah, I think because I've got to go now as well, guys. Apologies. What I will say is this: yeah, the fact that we're having a debate about this tells me, in my opinion, that it's not a definitive answer. You would expect it to be Gomez, of course you would, because he's the centre back. But the problem is that we've seen the manager make such inconsistent decisions as to why you would question it. And I understand it. I would still expect Gomez to be first choice centre back. But there are times when I think about it and I go, if there was a crisis, would this man play Gravenberch or Endo ahead of him? Like, all jokes aside, like, go on, Tom. Yeah, go on, bro.
There's been one game this season in the Premier League where Konate's went off injured. Who was the guy that played centre back when he went off injured?
What game was it?
What game? You have to make
It was Arsenal 1-0.
Gomez, I think, came on in that game.
Joe Gomez came on at centre back.
It was Gomez, to be fair.
So based on the track record,
Mm.
he only moves Gravenberch to centre back if he's chasing a game. Now the problem it is a separate problem.
What minute did Gomez? What minute did Gomez come on?
The 78th.
Was Curtis Jones already on the pitch?
Curtis Jones was on the pitch at that point. He came on the 61st.
So we wouldn't have any of the other midfielders to bring on if Gravenberch moved back into centre back.
I mean, we had Harvey Elliott on the bench for that game.
What, this season?
Yeah, this season.
You think Slot would bring on Harvey Elliott against Arsenal when we're protecting a 1-0 lead?
I mean, you're asking about midfielders he could bring on.
That cool, Tom.
He also technically had Conor Bradley on the bench, so we could have took Szoboszlai out of right back and put him into midfield, and then brought Bradley on at right back.
You mean Szoboszlai, who was our man of the match in that game, right back?
But you're sitting there going, "There's no options he could have done it at midfield." There's two options there.
Guys, sorry, I gotta go. Shoot, guys, big up. I'm not gonna lie. This has been a sick show. You know, I wish I could have stayed for it because this is the show I wanted to kind of thing.
I get that sometimes you
I
have to
don't,
live
it's
for
funny.
me.
It's funny because I'm arguing this point like I'd start Joe Gomez at right back. I don't want to start Joe Gomez at right back tomorrow. I'm not starting Joe Gomez at right back. But I'm arguing the point like I want him.
Yeah, shit's fucked. Anyway.
That sounds so mad, man, you know. Hey, we'll catch up, people. Obviously, catch me tomorrow. Kopish and the man them.
Enjoy yourself, Matt. Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Have a great evening, mate.
These guys have no idea, Cal. I swear. It's so far. Like, bro, if they knew.
Don't forget to use protection. Always protect yourself.
Oh, you're going mad. Now, listen, I've got my 2 kids. I'm blessed, man. Listen, people, bless up. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of this show. And yeah, catch me tomorrow. Watch along. Make sure you subscribe to the guys as well. Big up each and every time.
Maybe there'll be a special guest on that watch along tomorrow, people.
Nah, hey, Tom, you know what? You know what? I was just about to leave in peace. Hey, Cal, who was that girl that was saying that he got pregnant? What's her name? Donna.
Donna Cullen.
Yeah?
No.
You done the test yet, Tom? You done the test? Is it yours? All right then.
Surprisingly, Matt, I haven't got the fucking 60-year-old former executive of Tottenham pregnant.
I'm just saying, Tom. Be careful.
Just saying. Bear those words in mind tonight, mate.
Just be careful. You going out tonight, Tom? You going out tonight?
Me?
It's a Friday, it's a weekend. Tom's out tonight, man.
Hey, Donna, he's around. Laters.
Nice, cool.
Callum will never match up.
It's funny though why I was arguing that Gomez, but I'm not even starting him.
No, you heard me. I ain't gonna say that.
No, God's honest, I didn't. God's honest.
I said Callum will never mash up work. He's loyal.
Mashing up work isn't just randoms as well. That's just mashing up work is just for anyone you mash your work with.
But you can't say mashing up work when you're married.
Says who?
You can say that to your wife
if I want to.
How fair? I thought that's like I thought that's like a random stranger.
But no.
Because usually, like the context I've heard it in before is like when people go to like carnival and they go like, "Oh, I was mashing up work," and blah blah blah.
No, it can be used in that sense as well.
Yeah, that's what I meant anyway. So.
But like I could say Tom's mashing work with Donna, for example, and that you could use it in that context.
Ah, fairs. Donna and Rosa, let's not forget.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sex symbol Tom Little, imagine.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's game though, guys.
We're still previewing the game. Fucking hell, bro.
I haven't even got to my lineup. We were doing your lineup.
We're gonna win the game 3-0 or
4-0.
4-0.
Fucking
Slap
Joe
these
Gomez.
fuckers. We'll send these fuckers back to Dagestan.
You honestly
Hold
think
that
it's gonna
Jamie
be-
Phillips as well, you bum. Talking about wrestling is boring, bro. Shut your ass up, Jamie. You know nothing about
Bro,
MMA.
you said wrestling was born in your. You sent a
know
chat.
nothing.
saying
You know
wrestling-
nothing. Oh my god, Islam should stand up and just punch and exchange punches, please, please, bro. You know
hold
nothing.
on.
That's why
You
he's,
said-
that's
you
why
said
he's
you
on
didn't
an
punch.
11-win streak in the UFC. Meanwhile, you commentate on the Sanderson show. Don't ever disrespect, or we'll
You
send you to
It's not
Dagestan
an
and
11
forget.
fight. It's not an 11 fight win streak. It's 16.
His 10-win streak, and then he won the last one, so it's 11-fight win streak.
No, it's not. It's 16 wins.
Oh, even better. Great. 16 win streak. There you go. There you go. Don't ever
Didn't you,
disrespect
hold on,
Islam
didn't you
Makhachev.
mention it? You mentioned in the same show though that you're not entertained by wrestling.
If you want entertainment, go watch MMA. If you want entertainment, go watch boxing. If you want entertainment, go to
Boxing
the cinema.
is not entertaining.
This is not entertainment. This is
Did you say
mixed.
boxing
Mar-
entertaining,
this
Tom?
is mixed
Boxing.
martial
No,
arts.
I said boxing is not more entertaining.
This is
Boxing-
mixed martial
Boxing's
arts.
in the pan at the minute.
Simple as. Mixed martial arts is not meant for entertainment. It's meant for you to choke your opponent out and make him go to the ocean.
The ocean. That's a bit extreme.
No, it's not. No, it's not. When you're making someone tap out, they are underwater, basically. It's the truth. You obviously have never made someone tap out before in your life. So I'm telling you based on experience. When I made someone from the Singaporean army tap out,
I've been tapped
you
out.
don't know that feeling, brother.
What do you
You
mean?
I know that feeling. You actually experienced it in reverse when your son choked you out. See, there's a difference.
Listen, I've tapped out many. Sam, I've tapped out many people, Sam. Have you? You don't, bro. Wrestlers don't tap people out in wrestling. You pin people
Yes,
in wrestling.
Oh my god! What? Excuse me? Of course you tap them out in wrestling,
Have you pin people in wrestling? You're not meant to get submissions.
and you tap them out too. Are you crazy? Submissions are allowed.
What type of wrestling were you doing?
To be honest, everything.
It's not
Not
everything.
necessarily anything
You don't do it. No, don't do this. It's not everything. Are you? Have you been caught out?
Arab
Here,
wrestling.
hey, you've been caught out. We'll leave it there. Yeah.
No. I actually haven't been caught out. I did do it, but more like amateur related stuff. I never claimed that I was like professional. I did it 4 times and I won 4 times.
How did you win?
Submission.
You use a steel chair in
Legitimately
one of the
submission.
matches.
Then it's
You
not
just
wrestling.
Jokes
steel chair.
aside, like legitimately submission. I
Then
swear
it's
to
not
God.
wrestling. It's sambo or jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
It's not
sambo,
wrestling.
wrestling, whatever. Yani.
Yeah.
Tomato.
No, it's
But
not.
I legitimately won 4 times.
Then it's sambo. It's not wrestling.
Yeah, عمي, whatever. Sambo wrestling. خلاص, same shit.
It's
Same
not.
shit.
Sam. You're diminishing my credibility.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like professional wrestling where there is a circle and you've got to pin them down and stuff. I
Yeah.
know, but the ones that I'm talking about, there were submissions involved as well.
So
I swear to
sambo.
God, there was submission.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sambo.
wallahi, there was submission.
Sambo. That's what I'm saying. It's sambo.
Maybe it was sambo because we're probably closer to like Dagestan and
Yeah,
stuff.
I
and
know
like
it's
these
sambo.
areas.
100%, 'cause
So it's
that's what-
probably imported from there.
Because
Yeah.
everyone keeps on saying Khabib and Islam is wrestling. They do a hybrid.
Am I
of
on
wrestling
Kopish or
and
the
sambo.
fucking Sanderson show?
Oh, sorry, we're just speaking about something different, Tom. Do you want to
Yeah.
speak about you? Do you want to speak about you going out and getting drunk for the next 3 days? Is that what you want?
No, because I don't remember many of them. I can't.
So
I don't
there's no
remember.
point speaking about it, then, is there?
I'm sorry when people say sambo is not wrestling. By definition, when the whole thing starts, I was wrestling people though,
Yes,
because you can't submit them while they're standing. Like
You
you've
can.
got to wrestle people down on the ground and
You
stuff.
can submit people when they're standing, but yes,
You get what
sambo
I'm saying.
is different from wrestling because sambo.
No, but
is-
like when the fight started, me and said guy were looking at each other standing up.
pause.
So I've got to, by definition, if I'm gonna make the guy submit, I've got to get him on the ground.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily wrestling. That could just be grappling.
Okay, now you're just doing semantics. Oh, it's
I'm not
not
being-
wrestling.
It's not
grappling.
semantics. It's the truth.
Yeah, but wallahi, I submitted 2 people minimum. was
No,
submission. I
yes,
swear.
because it's Sambo, Hassam. You might have used wrestling to get him to the ground, but the actual sport itself is Sambo, because if it's wrestling and you try and submit someone, you get disqualified. The art of wrestling is to control or pin someone.
Okay, so but I wasn't allowed to punch though or kick.
I know, Sambo.
Okay, fair then. I never did wrestling. I did sambo. Happy now.
Yeah.
I did sambo. That's what I did. Submitted twice. 4 wins.
Fair.
Undefeated. Undisputed. Malaysia champion. Jordan champion. Let's go. You know, I actually want to do. If I ever visit the UK, inshallah, I legitimately want to do like a gym vlog, vlog with you, like where we go to like an actual like mixed martial arts area, and we do like, you get me, like a whole thing with a trainer and stuff, like wrestling and sambo and like stuff like this. The thing is, like, I've wanted to learn like taekwondo for a while. And I wanted to learn kickboxing for a while as well. That's the other thing I wanted to learn.
I don't think there's at your age there's no point doing or starting with taekwondo, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably kickboxing is better.
Yeah, kickboxing is more effective.
And the problem, some of these trainers are boring as fuck, bro. Like, it's just
the what trainers?
Some of these, some of the trainers, like the people that train, some of them boring as fuck, bro.
Kickboxing trainers.
Yeah, no, the taekwondo one. He was boring as fuck. I quit after one.
I think taekwondo is really good for dexterity and stuff, but I don't think it's the best martial art for just defending yourself.
I need to use dexterity and other things in life. Mashing up work, blood. Anyway, do the super. We're gonna win 4-0 tomorrow, bro.
What makes you so
I'm actually, you wanna know something, Callum? Legit, I'm actually glad you clarified that. Because then I haven't done wrestling. I've actually done sambo because I wasn't allowed to punch or kick.
Yeah.
Fair. I thought just because I wasn't allowed to punch or kick that was wrestling, but
no, it's sambo.
It was literally the same thing, like with the circles and stuff. But I was allowed to tap people out.
Yeah. So like arm bars, chokes, and all that.
2 choke holds was basically how I did it. So fair enough. Sambo. I'll use that next time.
Yeah. Tom, who's your starting 11 for this game?
Allison in goal, because goalkeepers don't need time to come back from an injury like that. Curtis Jones at right back. Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson. Gravenberch, Soboslai. Salah, Gakpo. Isak, Ekitike. But you could take out Ekitike or Isak and put McAllister and have Soboslai as a 10.
No. What team? Settle on the team.
The way I want to do it is Isak and Ekitike front together, with Jones and Verton from right back. That's how I want to do it.
Yeah, I said my lineup already. Soboslai right back. I'm playing Kerkez because I think I need the fucker to build a bit of confidence. I'm doing Gravenberch, McAllister, and Jones if Verts is not fit. And I'm going Salah, Ekitike, and Gakpo. We have to win. This is a must-win game. And to be honest with you, I realized something. Like, it's really, we are at the end times. Like, I legitimately think Judgment Day is close. Get back to the creator, guys. Start praying. Because Hussam has become the positive guy on Liverpool YouTube. It's fucking mental. Like, I swear, yesterday, even on my own channel, even probably tonight on the Liverpool panel show, it will happen again. I'm the only one predicting big victories and shit, and like I'm getting behind the team and the manager and shit. It's fucking mental, bro. Like, I said, I still believe we're gonna win by 3 or 4 goals. I think we'll win by 3 or 4 goals.
Would you not argue there's a thin line between positivity and delusional?
What are you trying to say there?
No, God's honest, I'm not even calling you delusional, but there is a thin line. Because
he's not calling you. He's asking you to call yourself it.
No, because you predicted a lot of big wins this season, and they haven't really come. I mean, last season you did it. From last season we've been doing this show. I remember the Chelsea game. You predicted like a big win, and we didn't. And other games. Yeah, but Chelsea is different. Chelsea is at least like they have players that worry me. I'm not worried about. Bro, I can't wait for us I'm pretty sure you said you would slap Brentford. I think you said you would slap Saturday. I can't wait. But actually, I'm pretty sure you said you would slap Brentford. And when we make Elliot Anderson look so mid, I will remind you guys on Monday. First. AKA the Forest Jordan Henderson.
People rate Elliot Anderson big 2025 is mental.
I mean, I think Elliot's good. What are you saying, Tom?
Why are you yawning, Grandpa? Get some coffee going.
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, that's the problem. Start drinking coffee. It's actually good for your health, like legit, no jokes.
I'm not a coffee person. Man.
Black coffee, no sugar, no milk, no cream, just straight
What
coffee.
did you
That's
call
what
me?
I drink. I said black coffee.
You called me a. Okay.
What do you grow on trees?
I thought you
No,
called
you
me the
don't.
black C word. It's not.
I
know you do it behind the scenes, but I thought you'd have done it on the show.
Yeah, just like you called me a potato farmer earlier.
This
guy acts really nice online, you know. He was talking to me about camels and potatoes in the
I
private
actually
message.
have messages from you. Are you forgetting this? I actually have messages from you. Who's nicer out of me and you, Hassan?
Guys, watch this, yeah? He called me a spud. Tom, what's the spud?
Don't involve me. I've not got the protection. I'm in trouble if I try and get involved in this.
What's the spud, chat? Potato.
This is what happened. I sent this emoji to Hassam when he said something to me, and he says, "Why do you keep on punching me, brother? Habibi, why?"
Yeah.
And I said, that's the spud emoji." And he says, "Oh, so you're calling me a potato farmer, brother? Come on, Habibi." So
Stop
as I
doing
said,
the Arab accent, you fraud. I told you 100 times you can't do it. You sound Russian.
no,
You sound like Makarov in Modern Warfare. I told you this 100 times.
I don't know who that is. I don't play games.
If I ever play Makarov in new tab, you'll get to you sound like the villain from Modern Warfare. You don't sound
Everyone,
Arab
what
at all.
does this emoji mean? Does this emoji mean I'm punching someone?
You're literally punching the screen right now.
I'm not punching the screen. I'm showing them my fist. Pause.
Yes. That's what you're on, showing.
So, but
fists.
are we winning tomorrow? Yes or no?
Am I safe to come out now? And we're not going to.
I just wanted to know
Cancel me.
I just want to know why you had to emphasize the black on.
No one's gonna cancel you, fucking pussy.
I just want to know why Hassam emphasized the word black while he looked down the lens at me. That's all I want to know.
No, I said I drink black coffee.
No, you looked down the lens and said black, and then said coffee quietly. But
Yeah,
it's cool.
because it's an emphasis because there's no milk, there's no cream, there's no sugar.
Look, Hassam.
You can't rage bait me. You can't.
I'm not trying to rage bait you. Everyone knows you're racist behind the scenes, bro. Like,
Look who's talking. You said Brexit means Brexit. You said you're best friends with Tommy Robinson. You said you voted Reform UK. That's what you said, mister. Let's not go there, you Tory bastard. That's why you're slut out.
well.
You're slut out because you're Tory. That's why you're a Tory, mate. You're a Tory, mate. That's why.
Go on, Tom. What are you saying, Tom?
Go on,
What's
Tom.
the score?
Tom definitely voted for Nigel Farage, by the way.
Fuck off. Don't try and fucking involve me. You already done, Cal. I haven't even said anything. Fuck off.
Have you seen that person on Twitter who's basically a Liverpool fan and a Tory at the same time? It makes no sense. I swear.
No, make any sense.
It doesn't. Go on, Tom.
Score prediction for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Who do you think has got it?
7-0 Liverpool.
Go on, Tom. That's the
You're
useless
actually
bad
encouraging this behavior, Hassan. Bad parent, bro.
brother. We need
You're a bad parent.
Ooh, bad parent. Hey, Tom's never choked me out. Anyway, we need positive energy. We need positive energy on YouTube. I think this has been a fucking miserable platform for the Liverpool fans. So let's be happy a little bit.
I'm not saying not to be happy, but
Tom, by the way, Tom, we're at the start, yeah? We're going to make this a short show, you guys. I plan to make this a quick one. It's going to be 90 minutes. It's just going to be an hour and 30. By 2:30, we're going to be out of here.
That's the plan.
It's
Then you both
2:52.
start.
Read supers, حبيبي. خلاص, we give prediction already. Read supers.
Hold on a minute. I weren't the one who turned Kop-Ish into the fucking Sanderson show for 15 minutes so we could talk about
It wasn't
whether
15
it's
minutes, it was
wrestling
I
or
legitimately
five
didn't
whatever.
know that what I did was Sambo. Not
It was
wrestling, but
literally
actually
5
he
minutes
educated
we
me.
spoke for.
It was probably closer to
Serious
25, mate. It was probably closer to 25.
Actually, if you get yourself some gloves and head to a ring, maybe you wouldn't be such a pussy scared of getting cancelled. Who's going to cancel Tom Little? Please stop it. You ain't relevant enough to get
Tom used to do
cancelled.
boxing, he said, Hassan.
Kickboxing.
I actually believe that, to be honest with you. 100%. Because Tom has been involved in fights before, so I know he's like street fights.
I can imagine that because he drinks a lot. I can imagine.
This is true.
I'm dead serious, bro.
I've got
No,
such a
Tom's
good
actually
reputation
been
on
in
this
fights
platform.
before publicly. He actually has been.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised by that. That's what.
And he came on my channel a day after without a nosebleed or anything, so I know he won the fight. Doesn't shock me. He could probably beat someone up. He could probably beat you up, Callum.
Nah, with all due respect, nah.
I like how the reputation I've got on this platform is an alcoholic.
You told us you
You
drink
are,
8
though.
pints of beer per day.
Yeah,
What's that?
Well,
A waterholic?
No, that's extreme. John, like Christmas or something, I'll drink that level, but that's not normal.
Tom, are you going out drinking tonight?
Yeah.
Are you going out drinking tomorrow night?
I'm going to footy, so I'll be drinking tomorrow, of course.
And Sunday?
1 or 2 on Sunday.
Yes. So, and are you going to drink to the point where you don't remember what happens over the weekend? Probably.
It's not the plan.
Right, so it will probably happen.
What happens. I can't.
Someone in the chat just said Tom versus James Redmond winner gets Rosa. Hey, that's her type, to be fair.
Shout out to Akri, says big up Cal, big up Cal the legend, Tom the Slick Scouse, and Hassam the Don. Mondays and Fridays are days I always look forward to. Thank you guys. Big up yourself, Akri.
Big up Akia, man. Legend.
Absolute legend, man. Big up Sean. He says Stevie Wonder has better vision than you. That was aimed at you, Tom.
I was aimed at Tom.
Oh, of course it means Sean.
No,
Sean doesn't like me very much.
The Semenyo at left wing back. You said you're not seeing the vision. Sean, you said you're Stevie Wonder.
No, Sean just doesn't like me at the best of times.
I can't comment on that. Brad says Tom is right. Don't bully him. DM winger before centre back. Fair enough.
Thank you, Brad. That's another man who
no one bullies Tom, man. Tom is our brother.
Big up Jay says Wharton is not a DM, not the profile we need. I disagree with the first bit. It's the second bit is subjective. Wharton is definitely a DM. 100% he's a DM. Whether he's a profile we need, that's debatable. Shout out to Akria says Gomez needs minutes to get into rhythm, but our dictator Slop doesn't trust him. No comment.
Our what
says, I'm so sick of shoehorn FC. Endo at centre back. Stop. That's aimed at you again, Thomas. Omar says Slot should have put in Tom with the kids versus Crystal Palace. I mean, I'd have paid to see that. Akira says, Tom, are you saying the biggest issue is the players that stayed on from last season are playing worse? If so, it's just random and not to do with Slot.
The biggest issue this year is we've got multiple biggest issues. We're not doing the basics right. Certain players are underperforming, and we've not had a luck go our way at certain points, which people don't like that last part, but it's true. We've been unlucky at certain points.
Brad says our high press was crap against City because we don't have wingers to press.
You can't say the word shit. Fucking
no, I don't like to swear on stream.
Oh,
I'll do it for you then. The high press was shit. How about that? There we go. We got the balance.
I just prefer not to. Sometimes my mum watches this, innit? I don't like my mum to hear me.
I'm already a lost cause to my mum on that front.
Oh, yeah.
You lot swear in front of your mum?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I'll be honest with you. I
wouldn't swear at her.
No, no one's saying that.
I'll be honest with you. Me and my mom, and this is something I always preach to the chat, have developed a friendship more than anything. Like we're best friends, basically. So.
No, me and my mom have a friendship.
I am myself around her. I don't change. No, I am because me and my mom are
indirect to me. Indirecting me.
No, not everything is an indirect, man. Look at this guy taking everything personal.
I wouldn't swear in front of my mom. I don't even swear in front of my brother, to be honest.
So I've developed a friendship.
All right, PG.
My dad used to buy me cigarettes.
That's crazy.
Bro, we're friends. Like, I'm telling you right now. It's actually the best thing I did was develop a friendship with my parents.
Yeah, I've developed a friendship with my mum, but I can't swear in front of her. I couldn't do it. I even think at this age she'd probably try and kill me if I did that.
So what if you're like recounting a story that happened and it involved someone saying something?
What if you're on a watch along and you cuss a player out, which is completely normal?
No, I'm not normal. I just don't swear. I don't feel the need to swear all the time or swear if I'm getting angry. There are times when I do swear when I'm angry. It's happened on stream before. It has actually happened, but I just prefer not to.
I'll never forget there was a guy in my comment section called Christian. He was calling out Callum for something. And Callum mid-show was like, Christian, you're a bitch. I'll never forget this.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. Mid-show, he was like, Christian, I'm sorry, you're a bitch. He was just like that. You're a bitch. I'm a parent.
No, but Castle, if you're telling your mum a story that happened and someone in it swore, would you just take?
Yeah,
would you just go crap instead?
I'd say to my mum, they said the S word.
I
Don't
just say
get
what they said.
me wrong. My mum seen
I don't
me
think there's
angry
anything wrong with that, Tom.
No,
That's actually a good thing.
no, it's fine. It's just where I'm. It's pretty normal to me now. Once you're an adult,
you're a
you're allowed
lost
to
cause.
swear around them.
You're a lost
Yeah, I
cause.
think
You're
I'm not even to be rude. I think it's a cultural thing. Like Caribbean and African
Mm.
parents don't really play that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I-
because
I-
Arab parents. Woo!
No, but even my brother wouldn't get angry at me for swearing in front of him. I just still wouldn't do it because I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's I just see it. As
Let me
like,
ask you a personal question, Callum, but
Go
it's
for it,
okay
yeah.
because I already know the answer. When you were a kid, you were beaten up, right?
not beaten up. I was disciplined by my mum if I needed to be. Yeah, not beaten up. It wasn't no ground and pound and sambo.
What's the worst thing you've been hit with? Be honest.
Probably a belt or a slipper.
For me, coat hanger was always the worst one for you.
Nah,
You know the
belt.
coat hanger. They grabbed
To be
it.
honest, I was a good kid though, so like I didn't really.
That's why I was a bad kid,
Yeah,
man.
I saw like I'm someone who I learned from my first mistake in it. I'm not gonna keep on like the first time I did something, that would have been the last time I did it. I ain't gonna keep on getting clapped up. Yeah, I'm not living that life.
You know, sometimes the Kop-Ish community understand everything makes sense now. Callum was a good kid and Hussam was a bad kid.
Oh, were you bad at? Were you a bad kid?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I was a good kid.
I was a rebel. I've only become mature like
You were
in
a
the last
what?
5 years.
It's
I was a
land-
rebel.
rebel. It's pronounced rebel.
A
but
rebel.
I got what you mean. Tom just trying to be smart as I got what you meant.
American pronunciation, Tom. Tomato, whatever. No one gives a
So
fuck.
Americans pronounce it rebel. I thought
Yeah.
it was all you're rebellious. You're a rebel.
Okay, I was a rebel. Happy now. So I was a rebel.
So I've
I
always
I
was
mean,
that-
your Scouse accent's better than Cal's Arabic accent. So I'll give you that.
100%. He sounds Russian. He sounds like he's from
I
Moscow.
was growing up. I was a good kid, but I did get into quite a few fights.
I've actually, funnily enough, never fought anyone.
Yeah, I've been in quite a few.
I'm a peacemaker more than anything else, even behind the scenes.
No,
people in the
I'm a peacemaker,
People in
but
the-
I also I don't like bullies in it. So if someone tried to bully me, then we're fighting just on the spot, pretty much. So like my mum got called to school a few times for me fighting, but to her credit, the first question when she'd get called, she'd always ask me and be like, who hit who first or who started it. I never started it, so I'd be like, he started it, and she'd be like, cool, I got your back. So if I started it, I get in trouble.
I'll be honest with you, even as a fat guy, because everyone knows I was fat growing up. Even as a fat guy, I was a cool kid in school. Like I was the cool kid, basically, the one that made everyone laugh, got involved in all events, got invited to all the parties. So I was never really bullied. No one really bullied me or anything. It was like for me, the best time I lived in my life actually was school. If I could go back to school for like 2-3 years, I'd enjoy it because it was the best time. We used to party on the weekends. We used to play sports, go out, smoke. We used to climb the roofs. This is a crazy story. The roof was covered with like a prison door, basically. The roof of the buildings. And you guys know in the UAE, there was basically it's like 4 or 5 story, like massive building. So the roof had like small like pellets of stone at the top of it. We legitimately got a couch all the way up to the roof, sat on the couch and created like a shisha lounge on the fucking 5th floor on the roof, bro. And we used to climb it every like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday shit and just go smoke shisha, smoke ciggies. We even created our own bathroom in the roof. We had a barbecue. Bro, we did so much shit. Like I had so much fun. So I was never really bullied, to be honest with you.
No,
I was never really bullied as a kid or anything. And that's because I've always been a peacemaker my whole life. Like even stuff that's happened on YouTube, even right now. Like if someone said something about me, I'd rather I address said person than do a whole public thing. And
same.
that's
Yeah,
That's that person.
I think it's probably just where I grew up. People just try and test you. I think the first fight I had was maybe, I'd probably say about 7 or 8.
Yeah, but those I don't count when you're 7 or 8. Like grade 6, grade 5. Like that's just you're just a
bloody
kid growing up.
I bloodied the kid's nose. I got in quite a bit of trouble, to be fair.
Yeah, but that's normal. That's normal.
Right.
Nothing. Blooding a kid's nose when you're in grade 6, grade 7, grade 5, that's nothing. I'm talking about like young adult, like grade 10, 11, 12, you know? When you start looking at university and college and your future. Yeah, that's timing.
In my young adult, I did. I'd say for years now, I've not. I try and avoid it now, to be honest, because I just people walk around with knives and all that. Plus, I don't want to get in trouble and get put inside or anything like that either. So I try and avoid it where I can. But if I have to, as a last resort, I will.
If people get mad over here, they pull guns.
That happens over here as well.
Guns, not knives?
Yeah, no, I've touched wood. Someone's threatened me with a gun. And I know for a fact they had it in the car. But I've been held up with knives a few times.
Thing is, like,
it's kind of standard.
One time, and I'll give genuine advice to all the young men in the chat. There is one time where if you're the loser, you're the winner. Always lose in these situations because eventually you're the winner. Road rage. If you're driving and someone's absolutely raging, always de-escalate the situation. I've done this a couple of times, actually. Always de-escalate the situation. Go like, oh, sorry, my bad, brother. I didn't realize, I didn't notice, blah, blah, blah. Because in the moment, the guy would be really angry, but guess what? Within 2-3 minutes, he will calm down. And so will you. And you'll just fix your car for 50 quid. Instead of you and him ending up in jail, sleeping there for a night and having a whole situation, blah, 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 just because you had to fight each other over a mistake. So it's probably better to lose on certain things to eventually be the winner of having no headaches, basically. Because also one thing as well, people never keep in mind. What if Callum, God forbid, punches someone and the guy is like unconscious for a week?
Yeah, that's why I avoid it now.
That's the problem. Like you, but that's a legitimate issue. Like people, like if you go and punch someone up and stuff, like if he ends up being unconscious, that's battery. That's a whole charge. Like that's no longer like, oh, we had a fight. That's a big thing.
100%. That's why I avoid it at all costs now.
Yeah. I'm as much as I'm big and gym and everything. I'm really like, I'm genuinely like a calm, simple guy. Like I don't fight.
Well, we have a platform as well, guys. All it takes is someone take out a camera phone. Someone could have been attacking me, but someone could just capture me hitting someone, and then it's gonna circle, and then I look like I'm out here just starting trouble and attacking people. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Which is what he does, but there's no cameras for it now. So.
No, I've never in my life started a fight with anyone. Never, and I never would.
My mantra in life now as a 30-year-old is to always try de-escalate situations and never escalate situations.
Unfortunately, though, again, Hassan, unfortunately, sometimes there isn't. You can't sometimes. Unfortunately.
But remember, what the society you're in is different to mine as well.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could tell you a story offline, like about a couple of months ago, where I was in a very sticky situation over just some guys being idiots. Because there was loads of them in the car, and it just escalated like that.
I'll give you an example. If you walk by in London and two people are punching each other, for the most part, people just walk and leave them be, right?
Yeah, I've stopped fights.
Over here, because it's more of like a community thing, if two people are fighting in the street, there will be 20 people there within 5 seconds stopping the fight, like immediately.
To be honest,
it's more of a coming together thing. Like if there is an accident on the road, God forbid, everyone's coming, trying to help immediately and blah, blah, blah. Like we have that side, which is, that's why I love my community, to be honest with you. You know, I just want to say something, Callum. You're a fraud.
There's never been any de-escalation with
me.
A fraud. I saw someone to fucking murder me.
You're a fraud for putting up that comment because we had a moment. And we were showing them good sides of us, and then this is how you react.
You know, I love you, bro.
The whole moment. Ruined the whole moment. The whole moment.
Brad says to Sam, how are we going to have 60% possession but letting their centre backs have the ball most of the time without pressing them, like you said? We kind of spoke about this, to be fair.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if Murillo and Milinkovic have the ball, they ain't gonna pass to each other for 90 minutes. Eventually, one of them is gonna play a long ball or some shit. So yeah.
Brad also goes to say we had 40% possession against Madrid playing like that, Hassam, and he expects 70% possession every game. Doesn't make sense.
I didn't say that, by the way. I never said every game. I'm just speaking strictly about the next 3 games where we are huge favorites: Forest, PSV, West Ham. I expect that, yeah, but not every game. This is an embarrassing performance. Tom has hit a new low.
Shawnee doesn't like you.
Yeah, Tom hits a new low every stream.
Shawnee hasn't liked me for a number of years now.
This is the Tom Little experience. Hitting lows.
Shay says Verts is actually making it to January with no GA. Laugh my ass. I mean,
he's got 2.
Yeah. Slot the sexy slaphead says, bruv, if I see Sobo right back tomorrow, I'll lose my effing mind. Tommy, stick to your. Whoa,
that's not even a swear word.
No, but the sentence is kind of crazy. Ball knowledge is not your strong suit.
I mean, there's a reason why I'm on this show when you're not.
Bamba clat.
That's a clap back. You had that one coming. I'm not gonna lie. You can't say that and not expect something to come back the other way. Jay says Tom is cooking, yet the chat is cooking him. Shake my head.
Jay, I always say if you agree with Tom, you have to question yourself.
Mantis says Matt. They do you guys know about the synchronology?
Yeah,
no.
Synchronology. He said it.
Yeah. Brad says big up Tom Little holding it down and spitting facts while being press resistant. VVD regen Hughes better be scouting Tom Van Dijk. Brad.
People are seeing the vision. That's all it is.
Doesn't Cal want Iraola, who high press seat and got smoked?
Ooh, Bamba clat.
Oh,
yeah.
Actually, no, he wants Steven Gerrard.
Hold on. Yeah, I do want Iraola or Glasner or Gerrard because we're going to obviously change our system under a new manager and also bring in other players who can actually implement a high pressing style. Plus, Iraola doesn't always high press every single team he plays against. Got it wrong against Man City. But I mean, don't managers get it wrong?
So what I'm hearing is Iraola gets it wrong against Man City. Oh, it's okay, lad. Don't worry about that. Arnie Slot gets it wrong against Man City. Sack him now. Get him gone. You can't make mistakes like that. Stand on saying it, Cal.
Tom, who has worse form going into this game with Nottingham Forest and Liverpool in the last 6 in the Premier League?
I have no idea. I assume it's us.
We do. Forest are 19th.
Do
you see the frustration with Slot or not?
No.
Okay, cool. Mantis, everyone needs to watch the Rio Mane interview. Got that on the list to watch today. Shawnee says, Matt, maybe I'm missing something, but it feels like you're bringing VVD into every Ibu argument. Maybe I'm wrong. Big up the boys. We're still winning 21. Never walk alone. I can't speak for that.
But I hope we win 21.
Yeah, I mean, Shawnee, I'd probably say Matt is just asking for a bit of consistency because it feels as though Ibu, from my standpoint, I won't speak for Matt, actually. I can't speak for Matt. From my standpoint, it feels like everyone is very quick to crash on Ibu for every situation, but rarely add context to it.
Callum, I have a random question before I go. Have you got any tattoos?
No.
Do Drifty or Matt have any tattoos?
No, not I know of.
Is it like taboo in the Caribbean culture?
No, it's actually so out of all my friends, apart from Matt and Drift, maybe one other friend of mine, everyone else got tattoos.
Really?
Yeah. Tattoos is a big thing. No, I've just never been. Here's the thing: my brother's got tattoos, and I think my missus got tattoos. But it's just never been for me. I've always said if I get a tattoo, it'll be to commemorate someone in the future potentially. So,
oh, okay.
Not like an Arnie Slot tattoo when he wins his 21-7.
Please. Can you imagine?
If we win number 21.
No, Hassam, I'm not betting. I'm not betting.
If Arnie Slot wins Liverpool the quadruple, you've got to get a tattoo of his name.
No, I don't.
Okay, watch this. If Slot wins the treble this season, will you tattoo Slot on your hand?
No, I did actually make a tattoo bet a couple years ago that if we won the Premier League and Coutinho helped us win it, I'd get a Coutinho tattoo. And I was very close to getting a Coutinho tattoo. Banter Fine says Slot should move away from the +1.
Anyway, sorry, before you carry on, guys, I've got to go because I'm going on straight backs in 15 minutes. And
Yeah, big up, bro. Big up.
Nice. He said it's going to be a 90-minute show, but here we are 2 hours later. Anyway, love, guys. See you guys later. I'm just joking. You know,
no, big up, Sam. Enough love, bro.
Great.
Big up, Sam. Big up.
Should use some of our Arteta's hybrid press. Slot wanting rotations midfield, maybe to confuse opposition press is fine, but it can hurt the rest of the defense if players are not used to it. That's fair.
The rotation in midfield, I think that's
doesn't work with the set of players we have. They're not athletic enough.
It does. It works. We're just not consistent with it, though. We're just not consistent with it.
Only because Szoboszlai is athletic enough to actually do it.
No, but against Aston Villa, we've done it very well. There was points in that game where McAllister was the deepest. There was points where Gravenberch was the deepest. There was points where Szoboszlai was the deepest. So we can do it well. We just the certain moments we lack the consistency with it, and that costs us because what ends up happening is I also don't like it. The reason why it worked against Aston Villa was we didn't go to two. You know what I'm going to say? Yeah, you either have 2 6s and a 10, or a 6 and 2 8s.
You do me a favor. My little one just woken up. Just bear me 1 sec.
No worries. So you either have a 6 and 2 8s in a 4-3-3 type, or you'd have 2 6s and a 10 in a 4-2-3-1. Liverpool need to go with a 4-2-3-1 setup more often because that's better for rest defense. The problem is, at times when we've done the rotation, one of the guys in the pivot has jumped up and the other guy hasn't come back. So 2 go up and then we lose the ball and then they come attack us and we've got one guy left on an island on his own. The rotating midfield can work. We've seen it work against Everton. We've seen it work against Aston Villa. When it works, it's fucking brilliant. But the fact of the matter is, these players aren't doing it on a consistent basis yet. And because they're not doing it on a consistent basis, it leads to us making these errors. The rotation isn't necessarily the problem in that sense. And this one by Ikea. Well, we want to score goals, so we move Grav at centre-back because where there's logic. We move Gravenberch at centre-back because he can push into midfield when we have the ball and then we get an overload in the midfield. So, hello.
That's Uncle Tom. So you right, mate? Have the rest of these supers. Are we going to win some Alonso?
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Akria says we want to score more goals, so we move Grabbed at centre back because where is the logic? Akria, help me, bro. Help me.
I've just explained that. You put Gravenberch at centre back so you can move into midfield and you get an overload in midfield.
Say, come on, Tom. Come on, mate.
Don't start ganging up on me with your doors now.
Say, oh, Tom. Gosh. Oh, gosh. AMT says, if both of you lose the bet, then both donate. Yeah, we'll do that. Sharif says, Dom right back is mad, afraid, same old slot. Joey G has to play.
I think it should be Curtis Jones, I'll be honest. I think it should be Curtis Jones.
I don't think it should be either. Edrin says, no more of Tom kids for the youth team. I'm sure him and Donna's kids are gonna have Nunes traits. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, I'm genuinely starting to like Sam. Big up. Was he a quiet taste this year? That is crazy. Ash says, Cal, how come you don't help Tom? You said you don't like bullies. Tom gives as good as he gets. Also, right now, who are the best 3 6s in the world? You can pick one. Who best 6s? I still think Rodri. I think Caicedo's got to be in the conversation. Oh, who's number 3? You wouldn't say Rice is not a 6, would you?
I'll
would
be
say
honest,
Rice.
I'm not putting Rodri in the conversation at the minute just because of the injuries.
Fair,
If it was
but
me, I'd
he
go
is the best.
Caicedo, I'd go Kimmich at Bayern. Because I think a lot of the work he does is quite underappreciated. And I'd probably go Vitinha. He's the deepest line in the PSG midfield, isn't he?
Not a DM, no.
That's the thing. It's like, because like I'm thinking about the other ones. Tchouameni's not very good nowadays.
I
Am I
disagree.
going like Barca don't really have one in like De Jong? Is De Jong their 6? De Jong's a 6 in the same way Vitinha's a 6.
Yeah.
Maybe Pablo. I really like Pablo Barrios from Atletico Madrid, but I don't think he's top 3 yet.
All right, mate. All right, don't be dramatic. There you go. All good now, yeah. Are you being dramatic? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy, Tom, I was going to ask, have you got anything coming up? But you're still not streaming, so
No.
crazy, that, isn't it?
I've got beers coming up tonight. So that's what I've
No,
got.
I bet you do. People, you're going to be redirected here to the football terrace where Hassam is. So when you go over there, I want you to do Camel Raid. If you do Camel Raid, that would be fantastic. So that is Camel Raid when you go over to Football Terrace. We'll be back live tomorrow for the live match watch along on Big Up, and then back here again for the post-match reaction as well. So yes, hopefully we get a win tomorrow. Tom, it's been a pleasure as always. Alonso, say bye to everyone. Say come on. Say bye. Bye. Say big up. Say ba la 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 la. People, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go subscribe to Tom's channel, Hassam's as well. Enough love to you all. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish out, people. Take care.